Hey everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody has had a great start to their weekend. Okay, we are here. Good morning. Let me get good old kick up. Pink October with the 20 months. Good morning to you. Coffee sounds good. Definitely grab a cup of Nancy and let's get this party started. We have a lot to talk about. I did a little experiment. And what do you know? My experiment proves once again that I am correct. And we will get into that shortly. Good morning, everyone on Kick. Good morning, everyone on YouTube. Happy Saturday. Ella Rose, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you so much, truly. Thank you, Maggie May. Alpha coming in, hitting number 57 on the thumbs up. Man, looked like he was going to drive into a tree looking at his phone. Oh, that's so exciting, Smoky Mountain. Have so much fun. As you can hear, the birds are wide awake. The hummingbirds are going crazy. They're my favorite. Glitters forever, member for 6 months. Life is too short not to sparkle. Ain't that the truth? Good morning, Quizziv Bug. Lee the Bee says, Happy Saturday, Granny. Listening while doing some grocery deliveries for extra money. Hell yeah. Good on you. I swear I've been a member. I thought so too, Ella Rose, but I don't care what the milestone says. We know better. Good morning, Sour Gummies. As you are all aware, somebody has had a very, very busy few days talking about your girl here. And we are going to respond to that. We're also going to respond to or see how my attorney felt about Brittany encouraging people to contact the judge. That's right, folks. It's hard to believe what I am saying, but it is true. There is somebody dumb enough out there to encourage people from YouTube to contact a judge in a legal matter. Are you nuts with the 16 months? Good morning. Thank you for being a member for 16 months. She never will. The idea of Brittany ever stopping is one that has left long time ago. After trying several, peace agreements and let's just put differences aside and all of that, she can't resist the opportunity to be a victim. Oh, one shot. I've heard about the hummingbird or even like bird baths. And I heard one of a butterfly bath, which looks pretty cool. Just a little floater with the 25 months. Good morning to you, my friend. Well, you know what, Karma dealer? I don't think it's the stuff with Julie that has emboldened her. Because if you guys recall, just a few days ago, again, Brittany was a victim. It is absolutely how Brittany is. It depends who is sitting next to her. Miss Mary, thank you for asking. I would have to grab it. Thank you for asking. Give me just a moment. BJ's emotional support roach Ama. I just stopped to hit the button. Back to Kick I go. Thank you, Ama. Thank you so much. Oh, I see people are asking what's wrong with the baby. So apparently, we'll get into that really quick. Apparently, Brittany told the ex-mother, I guess it was Shayna. I'm guessing it was Shayna. Told her that the baby, there's something wrong with the baby's foot, or there's a cast, I don't know, cast on the baby's foot. I personally don't know how much I believe it, if I even care to believe it. I wouldn't doubt it though, to be honest, at the same time, because, well, we know. We know. But apparently Shayna is now denying saying it, instead accusing the other person of lying. Are they lying? Who the hell knows? You know what? Hold on. Good morning, Mike. Sorry, I'm distracted by reading this. Give me just a moment. Okay. BJ told for trusted friends her words about Foot when BJ was still in the hospital. Oh, so Brittany said that herself? It's no cast on her foot. The baby was born with clubbed feet. Oh, it's very normal and hereditary. Oh, okay. It's also common to babies that are born under substances too, to be honest. Again, not saying that's the case here, just saying that is a Google fact. Google is everyone's friends, right at your fingertips. So this is nice because I'm actually on my swing, Colleen, and it's therapeutic to like rock back and forth while talking to all of you. So I'm gonna try not to lose my shit today, but there is a very good chance I will lose my shit today. I've been. I'm not gonna lie, I've been angrier lately, and I know it, and I recognize it. Like I am one dumb comment from this woman away from snapping, because it blows my mind. Like when I talk to barbecue and she's like, day 139, whatever. And I'm reminded that this is something that has gone on for so long. This prior to this whole injunction, all of that, this is something that Brittany has always done. And, most of us, we come on YouTube and we have a learning curve, right? For me, when I came here, I didn't realize how nasty people can get. I didn't realize that when they did dox you, it's not the end of the world. When they do talk about your kids, not the end of the world. And I was very, very reactive. I was very reactive. Like, you talk about my kids, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to hurt people reactive. And I've realized that that doesn't get you anywhere, doesn't change what they're doing. In fact, it feeds what they're doing. I don't know if you guys notice, but I ignore a lot of people. Like, there are plenty of people that I could respond to and have content for days, but I don't care to respond to these people. It feeds them. People like Brittany, though, they have never learned. They have never changed. They will never change. They are who they are because that's who they are in real life, too. And she will always be somebody that needs to be the victim of somebody else. Uh, it's just amazing to me that she can even fix her lips to say my name after going to the courts to try to silence me. See, people fail to forget, those who support Brittany, that she has a very easy way of stopping this, and that's to stop responding, to stop poking, to stop talking. And she doesn't. For example, I wasn't live. Brittany did 2 streams on me. I went live. Brittany does another stream on me, mad that I'm calling out her fake religion crap. In that, she wants people to contact the judge saying I won't leave her alone. And then turns around and is talking about me again. I wasn't live yesterday. There's no reason why she has to do several days and then try to take away my right to speech. Don't speak on me and I won't speak on you. I made that very clear. We heard the clip we just played the other day. Brittany, if you really want this to stop, say so right now. And it stops. You stop speaking on me, this all goes away. But that's not the way she operates. Because she doesn't want it to stop. She wants the few people that think she's a victim to believe she's a victim. And that is her entire identity on here. She still dramatizes the fuck out of every little thing. It's just who and what she is. Remember how she said the baby was sitting hip to hip? As someone who worked in children's hospital, I believe the baby's leg got stuck when it didn't rotate, and leg got stuck because no prenatal care. I don't know anything about it, but it sounds reasonable to me. Stephanie, thank you so much for being a member for 14 months. You got this. We got you. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Well, she always does that, LEY. You guys ever wonder why Brittany's constant fallback to is what she made my son go through? Because don't forget, Brittany rather recently stated she's never had CPS intervention before. Yet the whole point, the whole reason my son went through what he did is because Brittany claimed that somebody made allegations to her kid's school. In my opinion, I truly believe the reason Brittany made up that lie is because the kid's school did call CPS. And she saw it as an opportunity to come on the internet and act like the quote unquote big bad wolf granny did it instead of just the fact that the kid's school did it. I believe it was always the kid's school. I will never believe otherwise. And do you think I give a fuck if Brittany, if I was lying about being in a hospital, I wouldn't have said it was C. diff. I would have made up something less embarrassing. She's so stupid, but because she lies about everything, she automatically assumes everybody else is lying too. I don't even believe Dark Horse anymore. I don't. I don't believe Dark Horse. I believe Dark Horse did a wellness check. I believe Dark Horse was somebody who was working with Brittany. I believe that they were made to do what they did, to say what they said, to give Brittany a victimhood. I don't believe it. I absolutely believe it was always the school. And every time they did it, she just came back to the internet and used it as a victimhood for herself, just exploiting her kids and her bad parenting and zero shame, zero self-awareness. You don't get one, Lovey? Are you on a computer? Or if you go over to where it says gift memberships, click that. It should be there. I always believe it was the school. Me too. I believe it was the school from day one. I do believe the school nurse called Brittany, not because somebody offline called them, but because they saw whatever they saw. And I believe that they called Brittany and told her, get her ass in here and explain why her kids are always sick or why they're always tired or, why they look so pale. Who knows what the reason is? But I don't believe for 1 second had anything to do with the internet. I just don't. KNS, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. It's so kind of you. Thank you. It does make sense when you really think about it, right? Somebody just reminded me. Give me just a quick old moment. We gotta fix this. I mean, when you're telling us, see, this is why Brittany's an idiot and will always be an idiot, and she can blame whoever she wants. But the truth of the matter is, when you come on the internet and you're telling everybody that the school nurse sent your son home because he has strep throat. Well, I'm sorry. Let's start with when you tell everybody your son was crying that he doesn't want to go to school. And the night before that, we hear him coughing his lungs up. All right. Then you tell us the school nurse sent your son home with strep throat. Then we hear you telling said child with strep throat that you will go to the dollar store to get on throat spray. But not until after you're done dragging Julie Skolnick, because that's more important. When we then know for the next 3 or 4 days, maybe possibly 5, your child is home with you with strep throat, now with the other by the side, and you never once bring up or mention going to a doctor, The only time we hear of a doctor is when CPS intervenes and meets you at the kid's doctor's appointment. It is not hard to believe it was the school that called. And then we find out what we found out now, which is she's facing truancy. Okay. She's facing truancy. She's facing criminal charges. Do you know what the school does with that? They contact CPS. The girl always spoke too much, but it's easier to be like, oh my God, y'all listen too closely. Y'all pay too much attention. No, you don't pay enough attention, you fucking idiot. Hey, BC. Oh, of course she's intentionally trying to poke me. On the beach with fam listening. Oh, I hope you have a great day. There's not a time in Brittany's world she's not trying to poke me. But I'll tell you who she did poke. She poked my lawyer. And boy, did he respond to it. Boy, did she really rile up his feathers. Well, I'll tell you what. You can tell Brittany listens to me because I had just did a whole dialogue about how Brittany's transactional with her subscribers and moderators. And then she makes that accusation on me. Brittany, I wouldn't have 5 years, 4 years, 3 years worth of membership milestones and the same moderators from day fucking one if that was the case, Tuts. It just wouldn't be. You make no sense. There are over 200 ex mods of yours. There are hundreds and hundreds of ex subscribers of yours. It is all, the proof is out there and their testimony. What do you got? What do you got? Hurt feelings? Parrot syndrome, where you parrot what everybody else says? Well, I love that about her, Colleen C. And I said that when people are like, oh my God, you won't believe what she said. I'm like, no, yeah, I'm glad she said it. And I'll tell you why. Because if you think you're going to get away with defaming me, if they're dragging me into a courtroom, you're wrong. Just because it's not filed yet doesn't mean it's not going to be. Fixin', thank you for hitting the thumbs up. 230. We can get a few more. Let's at least get to 500 before we jump into my lawyer's thoughts on Brittany's little preaching to the fellow roaches. I know, Casmi. She really is stupid. She really is stupid. And each one of the people whose clips she plays with the defamatory information in it, they'll all be subpoenaed into. Every single one of them. Because we're not going to have Brittany do that. Oh, well, I was, Your Honor, I was just playing a video. No. Not going to work, tits. Thank you, Jen K. Good morning to you. Dunning-Kruger, Brittany. You know what somebody pointed out? Let me show you guys something. While we wait for those thumbs up to arrive. Let's go over here. Let me get these phones in. I went to bed so early last night. It was ridiculous. I was so tired from being at the beach. So apparently Brittany mentioned last night a particular creator she likes to watch. And it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting what this creator talks about. I when I'm not home, I don't have the kick screen right in front of me, but I do see it. Like, it's on my phone. I see it right here. Plus, you guys, when you're commenting on Kick, it comes up on my StreamYard as well. So I see everybody's comments together. The only thing that doesn't pop up is the like the gifted and stuff. But look at this, guys. This guy's story is our traumatic birth experience. Okay? Our traumatic birth experience. And what do you know? It's around the same date as Brittany. Matter of fact, I believe it was April 29th. Anybody remember Brittany making a similar title? I do not too much. I see you. I see you. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's listen to what their traumatic birth story was. This should be interesting.
One of the most traumatic experiences of my life. Some of y'all know Courtney was pregnant. We did have the baby, but it kind of had a crash landing. And this is the story of what happened. Our first little boy, we were going to the hospital to have an induction, and she ended up having 100% placental abruption, had to get rushed to the OR, emergency C-section, traumatic. Thought it was going to be the worst thing I ever been through. Yeah, right. We go to the beach, have a little vacation. She starts feeling bad on the last day. BP goes up a little bit. So we go to the emergency room, and she goes in there and
Isn't it crazy? Hasn't Brittany just recently started talking about the beach a lot? The beach is her life and so forth. Isn't that interesting? Anyhow, sounds very similar, right? You guys hear that? Very similar. Hmm. Hmm.
they keep her overnight. Her BP's fine the rest of the night. They have no reason to keep her. They send her home. That night, she's complaining of some like cramping, and we're going to bed, and I was like, "You're calling the doctor tomorrow." And I just kept thinking in my head, like, we're going to have the baby tomorrow. Something's just telling me we're having the baby tomorrow. We go to bed about 12:30, and about 1 o'clock, I hear Courtney say, "Oh no, my water broke." So I jump out of bed, flip on the light, and I flip the covers off of her, and it's just blood everywhere. And I was like, I'm not freaking out at first because I don't know what anything is supposed to look like. We've never had a normal pregnancy. So I was like, it's blood. And as soon as I say that, she jumps up and just begins screaming, just screaming. And I'm like, what? What is it? What is it? And all she can say is, it's bad. It's just bad. It's bad. And she takes off her pants and she's just gushing blood everywhere. And she's just running, screaming. And I'm just trying to get a hold of the situation, and just seeing all this happen while you're trying to think in your head what you should do is like a nightmare nobody should have to live. So I finally decide what I'm going to do is call 911. Jackson's in the bed. He's only 7 years old. I'm thinking if I wake him up, this is going to be full-fledged trauma for the rest of his life if he sees this. And I'm thinking the ambulance can get her to the hospital faster. And if something goes wrong, they can at least help her on the way. If something goes wrong while I'm taking her down there, I can just drive faster, and that's it. So I'm calling 911, and the whole time I'm calling 911, I'm communicating with Courtney while she's still just running around the house screaming. And I looked this up afterwards. I was like, what is it with women and just screaming in dangerous situations? Anytime you see like a plane crash or something, or like a plane catching on fire, emergency landing, all you hear is just women screaming in the background. And I was like, what is that? I look it up, and it's like, oh, it's a primal instinct to let the men know that there's danger. Anytime they're around something dangerous, they're screaming to alert the men. And that made me realize that my wife does not think that I'm a man, because I was right there in her eyeballs while she screamed. So that hurt a little bit. This was found out afterwards, but we've gotten over it. She's off camera. She's loving this. Telling me on 911, hey, just get her laid down somewhere. Courtney can't tell me anything. She's just saying it's bad. She's just screaming, please don't die, and all this stuff. She's worried about the baby. I'm worried about the baby and her. And the ambulance finally gets here. It felt like it took forever, and it felt like they got out of the car like they were here to get coffee. They're like,
Anyway, I think you guys get the point, right? Now, luckily, everything worked out great for them. Their baby boy is happy, healthy, so adorable. Such a cute baby. But it explains a lot. Brittany with the how many different pints of blood did Brittany lose? Was it 6? Was it 7? Was it 5? Was it 4? And then Brittany goes and writes a similar title, and How interesting is that? I'm staring at the kick since you guys said I don't see it. I do, however, wish I could get it on the way I do when I'm on the computer and it shows me better. But yeah, I just found it interesting that this is somebody she watches because we all know, what does Brittany do? Brittany watches people and steals parts of them. Right, she almost died twice though. Yeah, notice that this husband knew every single detail, went with them, all of that. Hey, Happy, I do not. I did, Briss P. I did. Thank you. Yeah, CJK, we don't like that person here, and we're definitely not advertising them. There's a reason we say that Brittany is a junior. She is a junior to that person. She has learned her ways, okay? Learned her ways. Just an older, more established Brittany. Very much similar. Um, I don't know if she left a comment. Face of America, I've had Brittany blocked for years, which is ironic, right? Since Brittany claims I'm obsessed with her, I stalk her, all of that. I've had Brittany blocked for years. So she may have a comment there, but I can't see it. Some of you could. You know, that's usually what you do when you stalk people, you block them. Literally beg Brittany to leave me the fuck alone for years, but I stalk and I'm obsessed with her. Now I am obsessed with calling her out. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm sure you're all aware of that. I will continue to call Brittany out because of reasons like what she just did the other day and the day before that. And she's really badass when she's talking about me, when she brings up a scum biscuit like her to come up and talk about me. I see you, Johnny. I'm sorry. Shauna, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Um, and because she's a pathological liar, okay? And a lot of that is proven throughout all of her time on YouTube. But if it weren't being documented, nobody would see it. You know why? Because Brittany hides everything. Like the coward she is, she hides everything. So we're going to jump into this video that was made, and as soon as we get enough people in here, we're going to go ahead and acknowledge what my lawyer thought of her little shenanigans the other night and what it means for her as far as legal goes. Don't apologize, Johnny. It's okay. Brittany has another leaked mod chat. Woohoo! Look at that background. Look at this picture. The Amazon boxes, the everything. Now, also, if Lisa knows you've been to a doctor, then clearly you have another group with Lisa because Angela and I never saw you went to your doctor. Brittany says, I haven't showed anyone anything. She just believes me. Sure, Jan. And doesn't assume I'm lying like you do, Boston. So now I have to show you my medical? You can't be serious right now. And I don't have another group. Now, I noticed something while watching this. Brittany does have another group. And I'll explain to you all how I know Brittany has another group. She lets it known throughout these messages. Here goes Dissy Diana. Dissy Diana responds, I haven't heard that Britt went either, but she consistently says she's seen a doctor. Does she, though, consistently say that? Dissy Diana, you silly, silly rabbit. I've never been expected to prove shit to my inner circle. This is wild AF. Boston, you have always been the one who says I don't owe anyone shit. Here comes Angela.
You don't have to tell anybody anything, Brittany, but we feel stupid all the time when we find out last because, you don't tell people anything. Like when I was defending you, when people were saying you're pregnant, and Kelsey told me because I was defending you looking like a fucking dumbass when you were pregnant. and you talk too much. Don't talk about it at all if you don't want anybody asking questions. But
Duh. Common sense 101. Don't talk about it at all.
don't get upset with us for feeling like complete fucking idiots.
Bio, Rebel, Salty Mamas, I see you claiming over on Kick. Thank you. All right, sorry.
Anybody asking questions. But don't get upset with us for feeling like complete fucking idiots trying to defend you. And then turns out that you lied to us, you know? Like, you don't give a shit how anybody else feels. And you talk constantly, this baby's going to be big. You would know how big that baby was. You would know how big that baby was by now. They would have measured it like tons of times. And
you know what's sad? Listen to what was just said there. Remember Brittany and Craig used to say they know this baby's going to be big? Okay. And Angela's like, well, you would have known. You would have known how big the baby was if you were getting prenatal care because they would have done the measurements, right? Hey, Beth. Good morning. Well, the sad part is they thought the baby was going to be big because the baby wasn't in the proper position. So the baby's head was up top. So obviously, I mean, it's just really sad when you think about it. BJ admitted the baby has a clubbed foot. Bless the baby's heart. Honestly.
You know, the baby is 10 pounds and all this weird shit that you say with Craig in the background, acting like a bunch of idiots, like you haven't been to the doctor one time. I can't wait to find out this. I can't wait to find out. You would know everything. You would know if there was 1, 2 babies, how big it is, you know, your due date. If the baby was going large, if the baby was large, they would have had you in for all kinds of fucking tests for gestational diabetes and shit.
Yep.
I mean, just common sense stuff from having babies. I believe you're pregnant, but I am still not convinced that you've seen an OB doctor. And that's unfortunate because you have the capability to be seen and taken care of and that baby checked to make sure everything is okay. Especially
so Brittany says, where's this shit coming from? It's like, you don't believe me on shit now? And it's crazy because I haven't been dishonest with you. Angela. We'll get into it in a minute, what causes, clubbed feet. There are several things that can cause it, but one is conditions that restrict fetal movement. Cramped position in the womb. Okay. We all know that the baby was not in the correct position, and Brittany didn't know because she never got prenatal care. Kraken, good morning, Loki's mom. My 2 day one ladies. Another can be maternal substance use. So, you know.
Since your ability to be, I believe you're pregnant, but I am still not convinced that you've seen an OB doctor. And that's unfortunate because you have the capability to be seen and taken care of and that baby checked to make sure everything is okay, especially since you're older. My mom got pregnant with my brother when she was much older, and she had way more checkups and tests because of her age. And he was a big baby. What do you mean where it's coming from? Because we find out things last. Like, Brittany, you talk way too fucking much. You didn't want anybody to know anything about the pregnancy, and now that's all you talk about. But it's stupid stuff that just leaves people with more questions. And then people point out that we look fucking dumb. Yeah, we do. We look fucking dumb. We look fucking dumb. So, you know.
Yeah, you guys sure did.
Whatever. You got Moon. Moon will defend it till the end of fucking time.
Sure will.
And then she'll
while screaming racial slurs, she sure will. Fucking
wig out and fucking, flip on you afterwards because she's fucking crazy batshit. And I'm stuck with all these batshit ass people that had been gone, and now they're all back. They're all fucking back.
They're all fucking
back. For fuck's sake, Angela, look at what happened.
Okay, now listen, folks. Listen. You're going to hear, my golly, just know, as Brittany is sitting here and she's going to try to convince everybody, because she's the biggest gaslighter, apparently even in private, okay? What was that? Hold on. Exactly, Snowflake. All right, here we go. Even in private. Oh, bless her heart, Rocky. I mean, just was your baby also, and I'm not saying this to be, I'm not saying this to be disrespectful. I'm genuinely curious. Did your baby have to stay in NICU due to that? Right. It's the entirety of everything. Absolutely.
They're all back. They're all fucking back.
Good morning, Wandering.
For fuck's sakes, Angela, look at what happened. I told everybody, I said, if I come out and I tell these motherfuckers I'm pregnant, they're going to call CPS on an unborn child. And look at what happened.
Now I'm going to pause right there because Brittany says she told everybody, she comes out and tells them that she's pregnant. Do you know a lot of people did not know that Brittany was pregnant, including her moderators, including her BFF Reality? Reality, you listen, let me set up for this. Reality, no rocking on the swing. Let me move the mic closer to me. Reality, you say one more defamatory thing against me, you old, ugly, busted hag. I swear on everything I love, you will be the next person served with documents. You understand me? You can sit up there and protect your delusional, lying, hypocritical, manipulative, gaslighting, piece of shit friend all day long, but do it without defaming me. That cam slip was the most honest thing that ever came from that screen. You piece of shit. Shut up, Shirley, and go to sleep. Don't say another defamatory word about me. Okay, you understand? Make sure everything you say falls under either selective opinion, objective opinion, whatever. Stop defaming me because I will get as busy with your as your friend did, and I will file up some documents. Stop defaming me. Say what you want about me. Say anything you want about me. Just make sure it's not defamatory and harmful. Let me put my mic back down and get back to rocking. All right, sorry, folks. Had to interrupt really quick. Anyhow, back to it. Brittany here is going to gaslight the fuck out of everybody. Well, we can't just move on from that. Did you guys see that cam slip? One's in the chat if you saw that cam slip. Oh my God. I thought it was, the scary movies, like the parodies on scary movies, they make fun of them. I thought it was something like that. I thought it was like a parody of somebody making fun of reality, right? Like I'm like, that was good. No, it was her. Now, it didn't look anything like her, so I'm a bit concerned with it. But it was her. And that was scary. Very scary. Tracy, 7 months. Guess maybe I should get prenatal care now. Tracy, you better be taking care of our seed. What do you mean now? I guess that is the time, right? 7 months. No. That's the time you tell everybody, Tracy. We're going to say you got prenatal care the entire time. Shh. Nobody will ever know. I agree. Racist Rowdy has a lot to say about Granny. She wants attention. I hope you serve her soon. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like being like her friend. I feel like being like her. Yeah. And then you know what we can all say, and we can say it without lying. Oh, you guys didn't see it? Hold on. So a lot of you saw it. Some of you didn't. Can somebody email it to me, please, so I can pull it up? But then we can say to reality, you put yourself in it, and it not be defamatory, it be factual. This is fair warning. Reality, consider this a verbal C&D. I'll be honest with you though, reality. I probably won't do it till I'm done with your friends. So you got a little bit of time if I ever do it at all. But I definitely coming after your friend and her crusty boyfriend first. The sheer audacity of that man to say they're going to take everything I have in Jesus' name. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, you look stupid because your girl lied to you. But we'll get all back into that. I'm sorry. I'm so distracted all over the place. Sorry, folks. Let's get back to it.
And I tell these motherfuckers I'm pregnant, they're going to call CPS on an unborn child. And look at what happened. Look what they did. Listen.
I don't mean to pause again, but listen to how she phrased that. And if I tell these motherfuckers I'm pregnant, they're going to call CPS on an unborn child. She's saying CPS was called on the baby. Thank you, Gina. The unborn baby. No, CPS was called on you. CPS was called on you, not the baby. And we don't know who called. Probably your kid's school. We don't know who called. Maybe the OBGYN that you never saw. Maybe it was the urgent care after you went in there once pregnant and never went back again. Who knows? Maybe your caseworker just came to visit because you're a piece of shit. Who fucking knows? But nobody called on an unborn baby. They called on you. Always got to deflect to somebody else. It was called on you. She's so gross how she does that. All right, let me log in. No. Iva, I agree, girly. I see you. I see you, Iva. I agree. Oh my God. Rowdy, you're such a mess that my phone warned me that this message, I swear to God. Check this out. Let me make sure it doesn't show any information. Rowdy, it's so frightening. My computer's afraid to let me open it. And I know that this is coming from a friend of mine. So the email's not dangerous. The image it contains may be dangerous. That's scary. Girl, you broke my laptop. My phone said, my laptop said, you ain't showing her today. In Jesus' name. Uh-huh. This message may cause you to throw up. That's right, Casme. That's what it said. Girl, you is a mess. The computers internet laws are intercepting at this point. All right. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. I forgot how bad it is, guys. I get it now. Thank you. Thank you. My computer. Whoa. Bust down, Shirley. Look at you. No, what is up with the hair? It's the hair for me. You know what it looks like? You guys know like those what are their names? The three funny guys. Something and Mo. You know how like the bald people would have like the hairs at the side but be bald at the top and all? That's what it looks like. She looks like she's going, Brittany, totally kick rocks. She looks like she's wearing a bib to stop the drool. I think I see a little bit of drool. Oh. Oh, really, Michelle? You know exactly what you're talking about. There's documented proof of it. Plus, her own co-plaintiff said it on the stand under oath. But okay, the pig people from the Twilight Zone. That is the real reality. No filters. No what do you call that? No wigs. Just reality. I agree. They're horns. Yes. I have such a like cloggy nose today. But what is that? What is all of this? Don't be talking about people's foreheads or anything anymore of reality. You've really. Does your handler know what you're doing on the internet at night? Don't they give you meds by like 8 and tuck you in? You all right? I don't think she's all right. What is that? Pennywise. Yeah, they're not butterflies that come around her. They are moths. That's where they get the moths from. Anyway, you get the point. It does match her voice. It does match her voice. I agree. Tilda the kick rocks. Anyway, go to bed, Charlie. Don't say anything else defamatory about me. You can speak on me because, unlike your friend, I believe in a right to free speech. You can speak on me, but don't you dare sit over there and keep defaming me. I've had enough of you. Which one's the glass eye? The one that's looking all the way to the left, not the one that's looking all the way to the right. Or maybe it's reverse. I don't know. I don't know. Her filters do wonders. They even straighten out her eyes. Rowdy, does it hurt every time Brittany talks about people having wacky eyes? Oh, we got to go back. Hold on. I'm sorry. That has to hurt. Don't you think that would hurt a little bit? Oh, yeah. Yep. They are. They're going every which direction. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right. That's it for me, guys. I don't like making fun of the disabled. All right. So we're done with Shirley for today. Or elders. Yes, or my elders. All right, so we all heard Brittany say they're calling CPS on an unborn child.
On an unborn child, and look at what happened. Look what they did. Listen, lying is not good. I don't like it. I don't want to lie. I feel guilty every fucking time that I do. But with that being said, at the same time, sometimes it's not because you're facetious and you're an evil motherfucker. It's
Brittany, do you know what facetious means? She don't know what facetious means, guys. It's not because you're facetious and you're an evil motherfucker. You don't like to lie? Lying is your second nature. Is this Brittany finally admitting she's a pathological liar? Yo, the crazy ladies. Do you guys hear her? The crazy lady's going off because the washers and dryers are being used and she's pissed. This is reality. She's going nuts. That's the reality out in the wild. Oh, a lady's coming up. She's going to start cursing her out. Listen close. They said that we made the roach fly on Brittany. Oh, never mind. Lee went the other direction. Anyway, facetious Brittany is it's not the way you're using it, okay? It's like it's like making a joke out of a serious situation type of thing. Like me when I said I was gonna sue everybody that talks about me, everybody that supports what you did, I'm gonna sue them all like that. But what you're doing is you're just lying. You're lying about life in general. I can't believe they sat her there and said we put the roaches on there. That's like I'm sorry, but that's like when Tony tried to say that we made the peen screen. He actually blamed Jay for that. Oh, she put that there. No, she didn't. The fuck you mean? Send in chat the BG had a plethora of issues, and not even 24 hours later, she repeated it. Shocker.
that being said, at the same time, sometimes it's not because you're facetious and you're an evil motherfucker. It's because it's self-preservation. Look at what the fuck happened. It wasn't that I don't want you to know or I didn't want anybody else to know. It's just that I know, holy shit, here we go. And then look, I was pushed. I was forced to put that shit out.
So Brittany lied to her own friends about her pregnancy. All right, here comes somebody. They might argue. Yep. Here she goes. She said, I knew it had to be a guy. She's a crazy bitch. You can't hear it, BGs? Well, you're not gonna be able to hear it now. They went inside. Do I got to get closer? It's worth eavesdropping. It's good dramas. She's a crazy bitch. One's in the chat if you want to go listen. Alice put it too. All right, we're going closer. Hold on. She got me one year. I was like, listen here, lady. I'm not the one. Shut the fuck up. Hey, I dropped my thing. Hold on. I'm getting closer. I gotta take my headphones out so I don't look too crazy. Watch this. Hold on. We're walking away. We're walking away. She took over his machine. What a bitch. They're probably like, this bitch coming up with a microphone. Get away from us. Stuff out of the machine for his machine and told him that he can't come back till later because she has X amount of piles of clothes to do. That's so fucked up. Yeah, or you split it out knowing that so many, that other people utilize it. You don't come and do 4 wash in one day. People are so rude. I was going to say the machine, but that was not fun. It's funner when she's going crazy because she's crazy. I like the neighborhood crazies. I think they bring great entertainment value. Your daughter comes to your house? Here she goes again. She said 30, 35, 40 minutes she waited. She knew it had to be a dude. She's a fucking bitch. He's being a lot kinder than I would. But what's he going to do? Curse out the crazy reality lookalike? All right, let's get back to it. Sorry, friends. Really interrupted. Yes, I guess the roach on her screen, it wasn't actually on her screen. I mean, this is the problem with them, right? They lie about shit like that. They lie about Brittany sleeping. They lie about things that we heard. We heard him say. They lie about everything. And then people don't like being told or lying. People don't like being gaslit that they didn't hear what they heard. So it becomes a bigger thing because people are now like, no, fuck that. You're not going to lie on me. She's so stupid like that, though. She's so stupid. All right, back to this. And then we're going to get into what my lawyer said.
Should have never been made. That was taken from me and it was wrong.
Wait, I can't hear nothing.
I could have spent all night.
Okay.
I was pushed. I was forced to put that shit out. I should have never been made to put that out. That was taken from me and it was wrong.
I think sitting on the beach has gotten in me, Snowflake. Like the humidity. I'm so stuffed up today. Good morning, Patty. She got him.
I could have spent all night pregnant and that would have been perfectly okay too. That's my right. I think people don't realize that I'm entitled to my personal life just as everybody else is.
Here's the thing, and I absolutely agree with her. She is entitled. I'm breaking up. Am I back now? One's in the chat. The accent always gets heavier when she's playing a victimhood. But she is entitled, right? We are all entitled. She's entitled to her personal life. If she didn't have to tell anybody she was pregnant, she's right about that. But you don't tell YouTubers like Justin that you're pregnant, disrespect them, falling out with them, and expect them not to tell people. You also shouldn't come out here and lie that you're not pregnant, lie and tell people that the other person was lying when you're the one. Like, who does that? It's because, and I'm sorry, but if I was pregnant and I really, I didn't want the inner, I consider friends would absolutely freaking know. That's so weird to me. Coming out here and adamantly, you had reality up there looking like an idiot. Just switching internet. That's why. Hold on. All right. Am I back, anybody? I'm back. Okay. All right. That's better then. Anyway, so that's the whole point. Why come out here and adamantly scream you're not pregnant when you were? And most importantly, have your friend Reality looking like the biggest goof troop because she thinks you're not pregnant. She believes you full-heartedly. So she's screaming on top of her lungs that everybody's lying on you and you're not pregnant when you were. Now, my question is, okay, thank you, Gare. My question is, how are you going to get all of your baby needs, all your baby supplies? See, I believe it was always Brittany's intent to wait until somebody else put it out so she could be a victim of that. Good morning.
Oh, my honey, did you think him and I were having a disagreement?
Oh, I did, yeah.
No, not at all. He's got 10 pairs of giant jeans
Oh.
that were in the washer and threw it off kilter. Now I have to tell Juan.
Oh.
And then I waited for 40 minutes. My neighbor waited with me for a while. Then I went home because she had to go somewhere. I brought my bike back. And it was 40 minutes
Gee.
before he came back. He said he fell asleep. But I
Right.
already got the one dryer.
Okay.
So I was like, well, what am I going to do?
Right, right.
So you leave me the quarters. And then when mine is done, and he was short too.
Was he?
I put my own in.
Yeah.
He's a dopey guy.
These men, I tell you.
Of course. 10 giant pairs of
Jeans, yeah.
They're on the dryer. 2 giant sweaters.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I'm not going to blame him, even though he's a visitor. Yes.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Yeah. He's a big guy, too.
He just is an idiot.
Yeah.
Like my brothers.
Yeah.
I got 3 brothers, all younger than me. I'm 72, and they're all dopey. Every man in my life has been a dope.
Oh.
But I didn't want you to think I would be arguing with somebody.
Yeah.
And he was quite happy because not only did I put the 2 quarters in, I'll put it in there.
Yeah, you'll do the wash for him.
So
That's nice of
told
you.
him come back in a couple hours because he's not leaving until then anyway.
Okay. Yeah. That was kind of you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I know.
I'm a 70s child.
Okay.
Or actually a 60s child.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. And I go, oh no, I really am an oldie. My niece called me an oldie recently.
Oh, no. Did she?
Yeah, she's my great niece, and she's 4.
Yeah.
And she said, but Aunt Gina, you're now an oldie like Grandma was.
Oh, that's so sweet. They don't have any filters.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
Get to see them when they come up from Florida.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, because I
Yeah.
He'll go, maybe I shouldn't put 10
Pairs of jeans.
in one
Right.
plus 4 sweatshirts.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big guy too.
You know, it could be a training lesson, which I don't mean to do to anybody. But
I don't
at
know.
least I had the grace to say, listen, the washer's no, I have to go. The dryer is making this loud, terrible
I know. I can hear it all the time.
That's why a month ago, because I do it once a month. A month ago, I called. Nobody replied, and
Oh.
it's still like that. But guess what? Same thing. Somebody put too much heavy,
And then it throws it off.
Filter, like the washer gets off.
Yeah. They're supposed to replace them soon, so let's pray they do.
I hope so, because I'm not on the internet, because I've been here 25 years.
25 years, bless it.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
The website.
Yeah, and I can't afford it, actually.
Yeah.
But I hear things through the grapevine.
Right,
or
right.
My 2 neighbors that know I don't have it, Karen, who I love dearly, will
Keep you updated. Yeah.
Text me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on. So did they actually say that Michelle and them are going to replace them?
Yeah.
No.
And they're going to update them and possibly make it where you don't need quarters. And yeah. One of the first on the list. So fingers crossed.
The first time I have a heart attack in my life.
Oh.
Because we've been fighting since they left in 2019, which all my neighbors now have to go, oh, Ginny, you were right, which I don't like, but they hate it.
Yeah.
I told them everything was going downhill, and then I found out through my brother on the internet that they bought the new park in Maryland for $3 million.
Yep.
The houses and that's where, and they never. It's her in charge.
Oh, I know. And she doesn't care.
She was the lifeguard here when my little nephew Kyle was 5.
Oh, wow.
She was a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was never good. She had all the issues. Her and my niece, my brother's daughter, were in the same rehabs, all of that. And when she left and she moved in to take over, I thought, is Carol crazy? That's when I knew they were
That was it. Yeah.
And nobody believed me.
And you were right.
Aquarians have good intuition.
Yeah. There you go.
Hints all the time.
Yeah.
So by 2 years, I went, they've left.
You called it.
Selling. But hopefully you just gave me good hope. I could tell my neighbor, because we were wondering if they were going to do anything good.
Yeah, that's supposed to be on first on the list, so. Oh, I'm glad to make your day a little bit better. Fuck men, am I right? Oh, fuck me. Oh, yeah, on the bike. Oh, yeah, motorcycle rides. Oh, a lifetime ago. Oh, fuck me, man. I ain't never listen to y'all again. Fuck all of you. I ain't never listen to any of you again. Don't ever tell me to be nosy again. Ugh. We all had to suffer through it, though. All right. Oh, my God. Listen, go inside. She's talking to me again from over there. She'll never leave me alone now. I guarantee she comes back up. She popped out of nowhere, too. It looked like Reality pulled up on me. She looks like you, Reality. I wish I could show you. Oh, all right. When you die, what body part dies last? The pupils. They dilate. Get it? Dilate. All right. Oh, God. How do we get back into it now? Holy shit. These men. She was sweet, though. Go stop the washers. Yeah, she'll probably come after me with a knife. Are you kidding? Oh. She cursed. She was telling me she was cursing out last time about the same similar issues. I don't use them looking beyond. No way. You're right, Sassy Hound. I just didn't know how to. How am I going to say I'm busy when I came off to spy on them? Ma'am, tell the grapevine. Charlie is a washed up internet whore. All right. She was sweet. She means well. All right, let's finish this crap out. Brittany being a victim of her own fucking stupidity.
It's like, because I'm on YouTube, everybody expects answers and demands that I give proof of everything. When No, I shouldn't have to
Shut
do
up,
any
snowflakes.
of that. Any of that. And it's like, I honestly, like, fine, you want to see, fine, I'll show you my medical. But let me tell you, now that we're to that point, I don't even, like, Boston, I don't even, like, what the fuck are we even doing at this point? Honestly. And I say, I mean, I'm trying to get shit out of you. You won't even talk to me. Are you looking for a way out? If you want to leave, just leave. I don't see the point in sticking around and constantly just taking jabs and saying weird shit, questioning me. You have always been that one person to say,
Brittany, she stayed for the friends she had made, not for you. Okay? It's not all about you.
fuck that, Brittany. You don't owe anybody anything. But now you're the one questioning everything. And then the more I prove to you, it's like the more you question. I don't understand
No, Missy.
where this is coming from. Somebody's in your fucking head, Boston. I don't care what nobody says. It's probably.
That's always what Brittany says. Somebody's in your head. You drank Granny's Kool-Aid. Miss Mary, I appreciate the super chat, but you never feed strays, okay? I know better. I was taught better. No. You feed them once, they never go away. This was not a live hippie. This was in her private communications. That's right, folks. Behind the scenes leakage. Brittany still has, I mean, obviously, Brittany knows Angela's a mole at this point, but there's like a literal mole still there. And there's much more to this conversation. God, she's fucking talking to herself.
Kelsey, because it always is.
It always is.
You're the one that puts out too much information, Brittany, and then like stupid things that you say, and then they question you even more. Like, don't talk about it at all. Just don't. And then there won't be any more fucking calls to CPS. You were the one getting the calls on you because you make it so easy, because you have made it sound like you have not got any kind of medical care. And I can't like legitimately go out and tell people that you have, because I don't fucking know. And I don't think it sounds like you have either. So I'm not going to go out and just like say, oh yeah, she's had medical care, and then look like an idiot. I'm not going to do that. Because from things you say, it's things you say on your live with Craig. You open yourself up to so much stuff having him in the background because he's like a fucking kid that can't lie. And he just puts so much shit out. And I'll be honest, I do agree with some of the people saying that it was probably the school that called, because they met you at the doctor's. And we know that your kids have been missing a lot of school. So when you told everybody that she met you at the doctor's office, it did sound like the school called. I do understand how they get to some of the points. Some of the shit.
Say, and I knew it. I knew it. Without a doubt, it was the school. I had no doubt about it. And there's Angela saying, because your kids missed a lot of school.
It's plain stupid. Just stupid. But some of it I can understand, because that would be my guess that the school called also.
Some of it's meant to be stupid, like Brittany. Some of it's meant to be serious, like that.
And listen, these people are I don't know, like, if you're like where your mind's at, but you should know this better than anybody. These motherfuckers are going to call whether I say I've been to the doctor or not. They're going.
This is where Brittany gets on my nerves, right? Because she's like, you should know better than that. Everybody should believe what I believe. I can't. Punky says I also could have called, to be honest. Anybody could have called. Anybody could have called, but it wasn't me. Y'all leave me alone about 4 quarters. Knock it off. I'll time you out. I'm not taking your bullying today.
To call. They're calling they're calling the fucking caseworker about a baby registry, Angela, a fucking baby registry. I mean, for God's sakes, they're going to call because they're fucking out of control. Not only that.
So before this, she said, Angela, you can't be serious. These motherfuckers are calling because of a baby registry. That don't make no damn sense. And I'll tell you why it don't make no damn sense. Because there's nothing they could do about a baby registry. And I don't think anybody's dumb enough to do that. But does anybody recall Brittany giving a different reason as to why the call was made? Aside from the registry, remember she said the house was infested and blah, blah, blah. She tried to name off every criticism we've ever had as the reason. She always lies. But most importantly, does anybody else recall when Brittany, non-Black Jackson, stated that she doesn't have a singular caseworker? She gets a new person every time there's a call. One in the chat if you recall that. Brittany herself stated she never knows who she's going to deal with. At this point, she must have dealt with the whole CPS office because she never gets the same person twice. So how the fuck are they calling your caseworker if you yourself say you don't have one? You pathological, lying little scum biscuit. Look at all the ones in the chat. You can erase your channel. You can hide your videos, but you can't erase our memories. We remember. You can't have it both ways. You lie to lie and make it bigger than it needs to be. There's something mentally wrong with you. Her focus priority should have been that baby, not social media. That baby has been an inconvenience to her from day one, or she would have gotten proper care all along. Well, yeah, two retirees. We all know she's addicted to the internet. They went to the wrong house. Right. You think anybody over here is dumb enough? Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. The only people I think are dumb enough to make a call off of a registry are the same people that believe that they can reach out to a judge in a default judgment case. Good morning. I heard Miley Cyrus is the new Silence of the Lambs reboot. She plays Hannibal, Montanable. James. Only Britney's people are dumb enough to call over a registry. I'm sorry. That's crazy. Now she got the people walking by, guys. You hear? She got them. She's the person you got to hide when you see coming by. Run. All right, anyhow.
I don't want y'all. For God's sakes, they're going to call because they're fucking out of control. Not only that, I don't want y'all to defend me. Don't go around defending me, because I'm going to tell you why. You could have my medical. Look at what you just put out yesterday. You showed a whole ass baby belly. There's no denying that's a whole fucking pregnant stomach. And there's...
You know what's crazy? Who was the main person going around saying they don't believe Britney's pregnant? What was that troll's name? The person that labeled himself a troll, yet they cried hysterically on panel. What was their name again? That was the only person I knew of that was convinced Britney wasn't pregnant and trying to convince everybody else. I always believed she was pregnant, unfortunately. Bog. Where's Bog? Where did Bog go after leaving here? That's right, folks. Two Britneys. The Wandering South. Thank you, my friend. If you could all take a moment, please, to smash that thumbs up. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Cry baby Bog.
Still calling you a liar. I don't want y'all to defend me, because these people are not reachable. They're not going to change their mind anyway. No matter how much we show anything, they're not ever going to believe it.
See how Britney always throws the wheeze in there? We did this, and they said that, and we could show this, and they'll say that. There is no we. And it's funny that you're telling them not to defend you, but then you got pissed when they do defend you. Okay?
And they're going to fucking just rebut everything you say. So don't.
Rebut everything you say, Britney? Is that what we're going to do? Rebut everything you say? At some point, you're going to learn to stop making fun of the way I speak, because I'll make a whole fucking video on all the words you say wrong. Mississippi, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the motherfuckers. She looks like a Ginny, Jennifer. I don't know her name. I missed it. That's what I'm saying, Pickle. Bog didn't just not believe it. She went out of her way to prove it. She tried to convince others. She argued heavily with Petty AF about it. Convinced.
The time anyway.
You feed their desire for more information every night. I don't know if you do it on purpose. I haven't determined that. If you do it on purpose or if you just are that careless. But
she's just an idiot.
If you knew that people were coming at you and calling CPS, you wouldn't say anything at all. Instead, you feed them little drips of information here and there, enough to get them all riled up and going at you again. Like, why do you say anything at all?
Right.
I would be in the boat where I wouldn't say shit, but you do. You keep coming out with shit, or Craig says shit, and then they're on their feeding frenzy again, and it's because of information that you put out. Don't put out anything then. Nothing. Tell them fuck you. Nothing. But you don't. You do it every night. More and more stuff to get them going and to keep them going at you. I don't fucking understand it. It's just beyond me.
Somebody writes, I think this is Boston. Why would they call over a registry? And why would you put out your caseworker call like you just, why do you have to appease the goddamn internet? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, you're right. I do say he cares what these people think. You keep putting stuff out, and then when I question one thing, you give me shit. Ooh. Ooh. She's not wrong about that, though. Like, this is when Brittany recorded the caseworker. Who fucking does that? Who does that and doesn't expect people to backlash from it? You're recording a CPS worker due to internet dramas. You're an idiot. Stunted mentality. She's very emotionally stunted.
I didn't put my caseworker out anywhere. I didn't put her name out. What? Pick your battle. Which one is it?
Pick your battle? You're telling her to pick her battle? You're telling her to pick her battle? You're crying that people are contacting CPS. What do? Put out a recorded phone call with CPS. You're a moron. You didn't have to put out her name. It wouldn't be hard to figure out who the caseworker is if somebody gave a fuck to do so. But they don't. The caseworker's involved because of your own stupidity. Shove your fucking blame up your ass and take a parenting class.
Caseworker out anywhere. I didn't put her name out. What? Pick your battle. Which one is it? Are you mad that I'm sharing shit or am I not sharing enough, Boston? Which one? What the fuck?
What a gaslighter. It's not a matter of not sharing enough, sharing too much. Hey, Dawson, it's good to see you. It's a matter of you always having to do a whataboutism, always a victim, always a deflection. It is plain stupid to put out a recorded call with your quote unquote caseworker from CPS and yet cry that the internet won't leave CPS alone. Stop bringing it as a topic. Stop making it the forefront of discussion. You're an idiot. You say too much, then you cry that we hear too much, and then you lie. So then we acknowledge what we heard again. You're so manipulative. It's unbelievable.
Maybe instead of getting so up in arms about me sharing a fucking audio.
Who wants to bet? She says, get mad at the people. I bet you.
Maybe
always
instead
deflection.
of getting so up in arms about me sharing a fucking audio of the caseworker, why don't you go call the people out that are accusing me of lying?
There it is, folks. There it is. The good old whataboutisms. What about them? Why are you calling this out and not that out?
I find it very fucking odd that people are more mad about me sharing a video proving that I'm not lying versus
more mad. Again, Brittany, angrier? You mean angrier?
Caseworker? Why don't you go call the people out that are accusing me of lying? I find it very fucking odd that people are more mad about me sharing a video proving that I'm not lying versus actually being mad at the motherfuckers that are actually wasting resources and getting us in these situations. I haven't heard you say shit about that. You sound like the fucking rest of these people.
So you sound like you have common sense. That's a compliment. Does anybody else think it's more wasteful? What's more inappropriate? Somebody seeing the complete lack of parenting taking place and contacting CPS out of genuine concern, or a drama-filled reject wasting a CPS caller's time, not once but twice, because she had to re-record it, so she can make the phone call into YouTube drama. So one, for somebody who's calling to report neglectful parenting, is that more wasteful of the CPS time? Or two, for the drama YouTube creator who's calling the worker to make a YouTube video? I'm sorry, I have to say number two is more wasteful. That's wasting their fucking time. You egotistical fucking hippopotamus. What do you mean? And Hartley, I agree. What happened to that sweet accent? What happened to that? Look at all the twos. There was no reason to call that lady and waste her time because your little fifis were heard on the internet. If you know the truth, why did you care? Too close to home, didn't it?
No, and you don't question one thing. You've questioned me so much in the last couple weeks, Boston. It's unreal. And you dodge any questions I ask you. You never acknowledged why you planned on leaving with Shayna and why you didn't leave. You still won't tell me why you stayed.
You know what's pathetic, Bernie? The fact that you keep her. How about that? That's pathetic. How about you turn around and if somebody was going to leave, how about you just kick them out? You desperate for interaction piece of shit. You transactional bum. If I knew somebody was going to leave me and had plans to leave me and was plotting to leave, you don't have to say nothing else. You're gone. But why, Brittany, do they have to plan to leave? Ain't that weird? It's like a cult. They got a plan to leave. They got to escape the grubby hands of the Roach Queen. All of a sudden, she's not talking like a sweet Southern lady.
Why you planned on leaving with Shayna and why you didn't leave. You still won't tell me why you stayed. You won't have a conversation with me.
I'm sorry. I got to pause it again. Because if I ever had a bitch talking to me the way she's talking and they had to take a deep breath between every sentence, my God, call Jenny Craig or something. Don't call your CPS caseworker. Don't call an ex-moderator. No. 1-800-JENNY Craig, because you can't even talk without taking a big gasp of air to get the next sentence out. No, you didn't leave. You stayed. And then, I mean, oh my God, I swim in the ocean. I don't even take that big of a breath before I dive under. What is going on here? You're out of breath just talking. Thank you, Sasha. Come on, we can get a few more thumbs up. Kicked you. I'm sorry, 3M. Kick always kicks me. I mean, that is pathetic. I'm serious. That's pathetic. Just to get the next sentence out. Hey, Yiva. Curve Fitness. That was a big thing 20 years ago. I mean, hell, if you're going to, I get you're addicted to YouTube. So look up like exercise videos or something, or at least like, I don't know, how to publicly speak without running out of breath between each word. Listen to it again.
Unreal. And you dodge any questions I ask you. You never acknowledged why you planned on leaving with Shayna and why you didn't leave. You still won't tell me why you stayed. You won't have a conversation with me. You won't tell me why you continue to defend fucking Granny and act like
shout out to Boston for defending me. I agree, Marie. I agree, girl. You ain't telling me nothing. I agree.
Can't even believe that you'd have the nerve to say that you don't think she's behind any of these fucking attacks that's happened to me when we have her.
Thank you, Boston. Because they're not attacks, Brittany. They're responses to your public behaviors. They're not attacks. And no, I'm not behind all of them.
Saying it herself on Call It As I Sees It's video. I can get it for just what, yesterday? The day before?
Get it, girl.
She's admitting that all of this shit's happening to me because I did the RICO on her.
Not because you did the RICO on me. You signed a RICO injunction where you accused up to 50 of us of running a criminal enterprise. Not because you did it on me. Because you did it on all of us. I wasn't the only creator involved. That's why your declaration said Tennessee, Florida, all these different states in it. You were signing under oath of every state, and every state that was there was because of other creators they were going after, and you were okay with that. You were okay with that. You were okay with ruining the lives of many people because your feelings were hurt. Because you used a missing child's name to do so.
I can't. And then, like, you defending me because I did the RICO on her. I can't. And then, like, you defend, oh my God, you're so hardcore for Shayna and Kelsey. Well, I hope you know, Boston, that I had to defend you up until about fucking less than a month before you and Shayna got close all of a sudden. She didn't even want to be around you. She thought you were a mole the whole fucking time.
Right there. That's where Brittany admits that she had a secondary group chat that they weren't all in. Thank you, Satin Lace. Right there, Brittany admits they had a second group chat because Kelsey thought that Boston was a mole. Not Brittany, so transactional with her quote-unquote friends that she's trying to triangulate them right now.
And then now it's like all of a sudden overnight you and her become buddy. And I can't even say anything negative about her or Kelsey. It's fucking crazy. But they can go.
Why are you saying negative things about your friends, weirdo?
All these chats with people that don't like me. And they can talk shit.
Talk they shit. Brittany says, I care because look what happens when the shit goes unchecked. And then Boston says, I don't set anything anywhere. None of you can talk. My God. Well, Queen just called out anyone calling CPS. You, of all people, have been coming at me all week questioning me. And then Boston says, what the fuck are you talking about me leaving with Shayna? Who said that? We all called out anybody who called out CPS. We all called it out. It didn't matter. It doesn't fit her victimhood. Brittany says, fuck the hate channels. And then Boston says, and then you blamed Queen for putting something out about CPS, and then you put CPS out. I thought you weren't going to do that. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, Shayna thought that. Okay, let me go ask her. Brittany says, but when idiots like Soup lie on me and say CPS didn't come, that's a fucking issue for numerous reasons. One being people who support me also support her. Oh. Why does it matter if people believe CPS was in your life or not, Brittany? You need that victimhood cash app? Hey, Canadian, sorry. You need that victimhood cash app, don't you? Nobody exploits their kids' trauma, alleged trauma, more than Brittany non-Black Jackson. And when idiots like Soup, that's the problem. Brittany don't want her subs hearing anything. And then Boston says, why do you care what she thinks? Exactly. Because Brittany's so fucking insecure. Brittany says, I don't give a fuck about her. It's my subs who support her. Are they your subs then, Brittany? I'm pretty sure while they're in her chat, they're her subs, not yours. And then Boston says, only thing I ever questioned was your doctor appointment. That's it. You said you went. Brittany says, if you can turn. Boston says, so fine. And then Brittany says, anyone will. See, Brittany's not worried about losing about losing Boston. Chickalicious. Welcome back to the MFers. Brittany's worried about how many people will go with her. If you can turn, anyone will. That's the real problem. She's worried about how many people she'll take with her. She's not worried about Boston. She doesn't give a fuck about Boston. Boston can leave if she wants to leave. She don't care. Just don't take anybody with you. And then Boston says, okay, let's see what Shayna says about that. Brittany says, Shayna says about what? Oh my God, is this what you people do when she's not live? Oh, I don't miss these days. Thinking you were a mole? Go tell her. Boston says, I'm waiting on her now. Brittany says, you think I would lie on Shayna? For fuck's sake. Brittany, you lied on Jesus Christ himself, girl. What do you mean? Boston says, I'm going to ask her what the fuck she should have told me that. Brittany says, and you tell her everything we talk about anyway. I question if that's why you're here. What an idiot. Yet she kept you there because she's desperate for 6 chatters instead of 5. And Boston goes, I'm not sticking up for Granny. Brittany says, are you here to spy? And then Boss says, because they still stick you, Babaroo. And then Brittany says, why didn't you leave with your bestie when y'all planned it? You're so insecure, Brittany. That Besty is how you spell bestie. This woman is such a reject. Brittany often claims that I dropped out of the 8th grade. I seriously don't think she surpassed the 6th grade. Besty, bestie. They're going to rebut it anyway. Beer. Is that the end? Probably. Oh no. Boston says, I will show you how much of a spy I am. Brittany said after she accused you of being a mole who tells you about everything. Look at Brittany again, triangulating, because you know what she's doing here, folks. Brittany wants to deflect the attention onto somebody else. That's what it is. Instead of Boston arguing with Brittany and telling Brittany about herself, she wants to deflect Boston's attention to arguing with somebody else. That's how immature she is. A manipulative, immature con artist. Hey, Victoria. Good morning. Brittany writes, yeah, figures. Couldn't even answer the one major question I asked. She better tell Boston the truth, too. I'm not the only mod who talked Shayna down about Boston. Extremely uneducated. Sasha, with the 30 months. So proud of you and sending love. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sasha. 30 months is insane. GW, BJ's still waiting for somebody to take it to prom, Grady. I've said this before, but when you lay on your back in 9th grade and you have a kid in 10th grade, you'll be 16 forever. Well, I mean, I was a teen mom, and I grew up past it, but she had several, so maybe. I don't know. Bestie, this is so manipulative. The issue was on Brittany. And what does Brittany do? Send Boston off to argue with somebody else. You're such a skank. Big Girl for Life hit that thumbs up at 596. Let's get to 700, and we will go ahead and read my lawyer's email. Mm-hmm. That music will take away my revenue scene. Is this a recent one? Holy shit. Oh, 10 months ago. Yeah, of course. I'll play it just without sound. Smoke show with the 14 months. Good morning. All right, let's pull it up. Thank you, Smoke Show. Let's look at the riveting true crime Brittany does. Are police closing in on Austin Drummond? Look at her eyes. They roll back. That's not falling asleep, it's nodding. Oh my God. Even her mouth is drooping. Got to itchy itch those roach eggs. You're doing too much on the screen, Sane. Stop moving. You're killing me. Well, look at it. Wow. Wow. And she can't just go to bed. She can't just say, all right, guys, I'm tired. I'm going to get off of here. Nope. Has to stay live. I was worried when I saw her applying lipstick. That's how she became pregnant this time. You guys hear the woodpecker? Where is he? Is that him? I never seen one in person. I want to see one. My husband dragged me to an outside heavy metal band. Can hardly hear you, Jess, but I'm still. Have fun, Goody. That is so exciting. Enjoy your time. Good morning to you, Karama. All right. Let's are we ready? Let's put some ones in the chat if we're ready to hear what my my lawyer thought of Brittany's little call to action against the judge. Oh boy. Is that a woodpecker? I don't think that one's a woodpecker. Woo, look at all the ones. Good morning, Candalee, Baji, Cat Reflex, Lacey Ann, Miss Mad Dog, Michelle. Luna Biz says, sounded like it. Face up. Yeah, tell them. It's not cheating. She didn't say how many, what? How many times you could put a one. Oh, it's a woodpecker. You hear it. Thank you. I want to find him. I have a woodpecker to ease off my hummingbirds. I've never seen one in person. Hey, Tara, we haven't really discussed it. Here's how I feel about it, right? If the baby does have a clubbed foot, hopefully Brittany gets the baby the proper medical, I guess. Doesn't neglect the baby's health like she did her prenatal care. There are several reasons one can have that. I don't know which of the reasons caused it for this baby. Is so sad, but um, you know, things happen. Jamani, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I would love to ask why the person who told people that, told Angela that, then denied telling Angela that. Were you drinking that night and you got a little loose lips or something? Or like, why'd you walk it back? Nay, nay, good morning to you. Thank you for being a member for an entire year. Now, I do wonder, is she taking proper care? Because my understanding is a whole process, right? Like every week, shortly after the baby's born, maybe that's why they kept the baby in the hospital. I don't know. But aren't they supposed to like stretch the like? Isn't it like weekly appointments? And it does say that they give them a cast. The cast is removed and a new one is applied each week for 6 to 8 weeks to gradually correct the inward curve. Let's see. No, babies do not need to stay in the hospital after birth simply for a clubbed foot unless the baby has other medical complications. Treatment to correct the clubbed foot typically begins a week or two after birth on an outpatient basis. I wonder if they don't expect the parents will take care of it. I don't know. She had an ultrasound, they would have known. My newborn brother had braces on both legs and didn't stay in the hospital on any extra. Cast and a brace, yes, it would be a lot of appointments. Right. Well, that's what I wonder, right? Why does she hide something like that? And I get it. Nobody's entitled to know everything about anybody whatsoever. But I did find it weird she would never show the baby and all, and it kind of makes sense now. Or maybe she feels responsible. Swan in her chat a few days ago said, "How's your baby's foot?" BJ said, "I don't know what you're talking about. Let me block you." She always lies. Oh, I remember that. I remember her saying that. There's normally always another issue along with club feet. I do recall her now saying that. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going to block you. Genetics is one of the causes, White Horse, but there's several other causes to it that aren't genetic. If Brittany said like, y'all, Craig was born with it or my other children, whatever, but that's not the case here from what I've heard. So I don't know. There's several reasons. The way the baby was positioned in her could just be the reason. Who knows? I just hope the baby gets proper medical treatment for it and, everything's okay. I believe you, Sane, because that's one of the causes. I saw that too, Tara. I just hope there's nothing wrong with the baby. That's all. I don't know. It's sad. Sad to me. Now, there's different. Somebody said 30 to 40% of cases, they have another issue. You said 80%, they're completely healthy. It's the only issue. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. And I honestly, I don't care. I pray that they are doing the proper medical treatment for the baby to help her. That's all that matters. It's unfortunate. Well, now she'll say that, pet my peeves, because we said it, right? Now she'll say it, but she didn't say it before. Exactly, lip lock. Same here. I know they are propping bottles already. She had a cam slip with the baby. I didn't know that. I didn't see it. Well, Craig makes fun of the way the baby looks. Her eyes are spaced apart. Why does she look weird? Hey, what's up, Pesci? You guys all must be here for my coming soon. Well, you like her, Pesci, so never mind. But never mind. I'll save it. But it's coming up. Could be due to baby being transverse, but clubfoot normally starts in the first trimester. There's no way baby is big enough to remain transverse until the end of pregnancy. Let's just listen. All differences aside, don't like the mother, don't care about the mother. Let's pray for the baby, right? Let's pray the baby's getting treatment, the baby's being taken care of medically, emotionally, all the things, and just prayers all around. Craig's always making fun of his baby. Yes, he is. That's cruel. My newborn grandson is jaundice, and yeah, I mean, jaundice happened. He needs surgery on because of it? Wow. Oh, no, UA, after you woke me up? You asshole. UA text me at the ass crack of dawn talking about time to wake up. I could have killed you. That was yesterday, but I could have killed you. Right. It's not the baby's fault. It's the mother's. There's no reason, nothing but well wishes. I don't know exactly, Fanmonium. We don't know what the baby has or doesn't have. We're not going to speak any further illnesses or this, no. Let's just pray that that's it. She's being cared for. All right. So, as many of you heard, Brittany, the world's biggest reject, along with her boyfriend who won't marry her, had quite some words to say for your girl. She sat up there in all her glory with her lunatic friend that likes to shout out racial slurs for attention and lies about medical conditions for attention, and called for people to email the judge. Do you know how stupid that is? Now, I'm sure most of you have heard it by now, right? We don't need to. We don't need to replay it because I'm not going to let my blood pressure go up. I'm swinging on a swing, relaxing. She never got prenatal care, Rob Mio. She never did. Judges just love to get emailed letters and calls. So, yes, all of you do that. Yes, please. All of you be so stupid as to do that. They are infested with... Oh, you didn't know that, Regina? Yeah, girl. Yes, they did. Oh, can I show you guys something before we go ahead and get into this email? I know we're all excited, but we were out in the beach town yesterday, right? And I seen like 50 million of these things laying around. Yeah, hopefully it just takes some cast. And I think the reason people think it's a bigger deal, White Horse, is because we have a woman who, in all of our opinions, did not receive prenatal care, copied another creator about their traumatic birthing experience. She's just all around neglectful. So hearing that there's something wrong with the baby, people aren't surprised to hear it, heartbroken, empathetic. Well, it's actually it's a problem for her, Straight Talker, and we'll get into that. Just a moment. But look here. Somebody escaped. Oh, why didn't it come yet? They must have rode away on Roachback, so I brought them to the pool with me for the day. Are you saying Han to me? He said, "Let me be free, my child, and go with the real good one." So he found my side. That's right, folks. The baby Jesus has escaped. Yeah. Remember, she missed her other appointment as well, C. Mastiff? Remember, she said it was really important that she had that follow-up after giving birth because of all the blood she lost, blah, 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 and then missed the appointment because she was too busy on YouTube running her mouth. Yes, we all remember that. Good morning, Ellen. Good to see you. I've been so sick, so want to stop by and show my support. I hope you start to feel better. Mm-hmm. There he is. So he said, "Oh, it's the Lord." Right, Layla. I agree, Tara. Okay. 6 bags of blood. But that amount kept changing. Well, it was upside down when it was in her home. He came to the right side up when he came to my presence. Hey, Alexis. All right, let's get into this letter. Many of you wanted to know if my lawyer was aware, if he knew what was stated, all of that. Well, he did. So he sent an email over to no other than Brittany's lawyer and the quote unquote Rico. Let me clear my throat. It's pretty sickening knowing her lies caused her to have. Yeah, I agree. I hope she's taking the baby to the doctor. Me too. I didn't buy that off Amazon. I swear to God, I found it. Well, Brittany's not going to ship them out to anybody. But what I will tell you is that that is like a trend right now that people are doing. And they're putting them all, like, remember did you guys have a time where your town did the rocks, like painted rocks? At one point we had painted rocks put around town. Down here it was painted shells. So that's what's going on here. Without BJ's lawyer asking for it, well, he's overstepping boundaries. Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine calling that harassment. So I'm going to read for you all what my lawyer had to say about this, everything. I'll be on the other screen, so I might miss something. I apologize if I do. Dear counsel, the Jelly of the Month Club, your client, Brittany Nicole blank, Miss Jackson, was at it again. I love this for her. First, Miss Jackson should get a copy of the transcript from the safety concern hearing held before Judge Eckel. In reviewing the aforementioned, Miss Jackson would be enlightened by the testimony from her co-plaintiff, Nick the Hat Hasafrasu. Speaking of judges, in the above noted live stream, Miss Jackson dog whistled her subscribers to write the judge. See 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 55 seconds. Quote, people should start writing into the judge and tell the judge what's happening, end quote. I'm going to pause for a second because it's not dog whistling when you directly say it. It's not dog whistling. You were straight up telling them to do it. A dog whistle is like a subtle, you're not telling them to do it, but that's the underlying message, whatever. It's not a dog whistle. I see a lot of people saying she dog whistled. No, she directly told people to. Goes on to say, it is believed Miss Jackson was referencing Judge Eckel because in the matter of Sang First Jackson, a hearing is scheduled for July 14th on my fee petition, which was placed on a miscellaneous list before a yet-to-be-assigned judge. So we don't even have a listed judge yet. It might be a straight talker, It could be why her title was what it was last night. I don't know. But a lot of people were going around saying she was dog whistling. In that regard, advise if you are available. Oh, this is important. Everybody listen up. You guys ready? This is important. Listening ears in the chat. You hit that thumbs up if you're listening closely. Let's make sure Brittany gets this one loud and clear. Right, it's a command, not a whistle. Right. All right, everybody's listening. A direct order from the cult leader herself. This is where it's important she hears this. In that regard, advise if you are available on July 14, 2026, as my plan now is to subpoena you for the fee petition hearing. Not to worry, this will center on Sang First Jackson, a case you do not represent Miss Jackson. Also be advised, we plan to subpoena your client, Nick the Hat Hasafrasu, to testify regarding his communication with Miss Jackson concerning this case. Kindly advise if you will accept service on behalf of Nick the Hat Hasafrasu. Mm-hmm. 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 Next, Miss Jackson should research the burden of proof for a plaintiff. Further, Miss Jackson should take heed none of her co-plaintiffs discuss the above case as they were advised according to the testimony of co-plaintiff Nick the Hat Hasfrasu. The testimony of co-plaintiff Nick the Hat at the safety concern hearing made it clear that Miss Jackson's continued engagement on this litigation was problematic and an affront to her co-plaintiffs. That said, if Miss Jackson had appeared at the safety concern hearing, or as stated, procured a copy of the transcript thereto, she would be privy to the testimony concerning her metricious mechanisms, whatever. In that regard, we do plan to request approval from Judge Eckel to use portions of the safety concern hearing transcript as it relates to Miss Jackson on July 14, 2026. In any event, Miss Jackson has no concept of a default judgment. Miss Jackson lacks the understanding of what is before the court on July 14th. To ease her mind, the allegations in the underlying case are deemed admitted by virtue of her default. That means, Brittany, you cannot argue anything to do with the case. You already waived your right to do that. You're not going to be able to play a clip, say anything. That's not what it comes down to. You guys know I don't know those big ass words when I'm reading. I do, however, look forward to her attempting direct examination on attorney fees. Miss Jackson, according to her bloated drivel and her referenced hearing live stream, thinks serving her documents required under the rules of civil procedure was done to run up a bill. All of this coming from someone who paid $8,500 and no cents for a poorly drafted, legal incompetent cease and desist letter? And even more enthusiastically, my calling of her as a cross-examination. Regardless, and more alarming was the 1 hour and 16 second of the noted live stream wherein Miss Jackson's panel guest asserted, quote, I swear, she, parentheses, my client, sounds like Hitler, unquote. To be clear, in North Carolina, Miss Jackson is responsible for what is said on her live stream. This garrulous irritator is the same individual that pro-offered the false narrative about Judge Eckel's daughter. The Hitler comment just brought another amendment to the punitive damages claim. Be forewarned, since Miss Jackson wants to impute her now 8 CPS calls on my client, perhaps procurement of such information will occur via letters rogatory for an in-camera/sealed review thereto. Let's say that again. Be forewarned, says Miss Jackson wants to impute her now 8 CPS calls on my client. Perhaps a procurement of such information will occur via letters rogatory for an, quote, in-camera/sealed review thereto. And he says he knows reality will scream, he can't do that. That's quoted in here. Amazingly, even a skell could walk through the doors Miss Jackson opens. This is not YouTube, nor is it a municipality courtroom. You hear that, Brittany? This isn't YouTube, nor is it a municipality courtroom. Finally, my defamation per se case against Miss Jackson is upcoming. She should rest assured that there are many months left on that statue. So because of your whistle for people to contact the judge, your lawyer in the RICO will now be subpoenaed as a witness to speak on behalf of attorney fees. Your co-plaintiff will now take to the stand to admit that he spoke to you about this declaratory judgment and how you decide to blow it off. He will now be requesting permission and the help of Judge Eckel to clear my name from your 8 CPS calls and your claims thereto. And he will be amending punitive damages on behalf of your friend using your platform to say, I'm like Hitler. And last and most importantly, he's still pursuing you for defamation. YouTube, courtrooms, lawyers, they're not YouTube viewers. We're not on a YouTube panel. This is real life. This surpasses everything that you are familiar with. You think you can sit over there night after night, after everything you have said and done, and run your mouth the way you do and get away with it? You can't. See, while you try to pursue me and many others through a courtroom, you're an idiot and you didn't know what you were doing. My lawyer does. And he will see to it that you were held accountable for everything you have said and done. And that is facts. Great and Grace, thanks for the Saturday Live. Thank you, Great and Grace. It should scare her, but she doesn't. She buries her head. Or she'll say, like he quoted, he can't do that. Yes, he can. Yes, he absolutely can. My lawyer is a lawyer who worked hard to get where he is, and he hates people like Brittany that abuse the courtrooms, misquote law, and threaten people with frivolous litigation and some type of lawfare. I didn't even see it, SoCal. What was it? Maybe I'll look. Hold on. I probably don't want to look, but I will. She's definitely rage eating right now. Well, thank you, Cheesy. I'm always happy to see all of you here with me. Thank you. All right. Sorry, Kick. I got to put you guys away for a second. She's aggravating, isn't she? Hell yeah. Barbecue got the phone call she was waiting for. Shout out for that. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my God. Nick filed a federal action against the CIA. For more than 15 years, I have filed thousands of Freedom of Information requests. For 10 years, the CIA has acted above the law. That conduct ends immediately. Weren't you? Let me not start with this dumbass. But didn't you put in our litigation you're a federal rat? I don't know. God, this guy's on X more than anything. His Wi-Fi's terrible. I don't see what he posted, so I have no idea. New profile pic. He looks nothing like that. I don't know what he posted that you're referring to, but do we need to read it again? Do you guys understand it, or should we read it again? Exactly, Mrs. Fletcher. They're looking for money and attention any way possible. I told you they sued our state police because they didn't allow them to go inside the courtroom for Danilo Cavalcante's sentencing, but you had to be a journalist. So I'll read it again for the people in the back. Let's see if I can read it a little bit better. I get a little, flustered. Your client, Brittany Nicole Jackson, was added again. I love this for her. First, Miss Jackson should get a copy of the transcript from the safety concern hearing held before Judge Eckel. And reviewing the aforementioned, Miss Jackson would be enlightened by the testimony from her co-plaintiff, Nick Casafrasu. Speaking of judges, in the above noted live stream, Miss Jackson dog whistled her subscribers to write the judge. See 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 55 seconds. Quote, people should start writing into the judge and tell the judge what's happening. End quote. We believe Ms. Jackson was referencing Judge Eckel because in the other matter, the default judgment, a hearing is scheduled on July 14th for a fee petition, but there's not an assigned judge. In that regard, advise if you are available on July 14th, as my plan now is to subpoena you for the fee petition hearing. Not to worry, this will center around me first, Brittany, in case you do not represent Ms. Jackson. Also be advised, we plan to subpoena your client, Nick the Hat, to testify regarding his communications with Ms. Jackson concerning the default judgment. Kindly advise if you will accept service on behalf of Nick the Hat. Next, Ms. Jackson should research the burden of proof for her plaintiff. Further, Ms. Jackson should take heed none of her co-plaintiffs discuss the above case as they were advised according to the testimony of co-plaintiff Nick the Hat. The testimony of co-plaintiff Nick the Hat at the safety concern hearing made it clear that Ms. Jackson's continued engagement on this litigation was problematic and an affront to her co-plaintiffs. That said, if Ms. Jackson had appeared at the safety concern hearing, or as stated, procured a copy of the transcript thereto, she would be privy to the testimony concerning her meretricious mechanisms. In that regard, we do plan to request approval from Judge Eckel to use portions of this safety concern hearing transcript as it relates to Ms. Jackson on July 14th. In any event, Ms. Jackson has no concept of a default judgment. Ms. Jackson lacks the understanding of what is before the court on July 14th. To ease her mind, the allegations in the underlying case are deemed admitted by virtue of her default. I do, however, look forward to her attempting direct examination on attorney fees. Ms. Jackson, according to her bloated drivel on her reference here in live stream, thinks serving her documents required under the rules of civil procedure was done to run up the bill. All this coming from someone who paid $8,500 for poorly drafted, legally incompetent cease and desist letters. And even more enthusiastically, my calling of her as a cross. Regardless and more alarming was at the 1 hour and 16 second of the noted live stream where Ms. Jackson's panel guest asserted, quote, I swear she, my client, sounds like Hitler. To be clear, in North Carolina, Ms. Jackson is responsible for what is said on her live stream. This garrulous orator is the same individual that pro-offered the false narrative about Judge Eckel's daughter. The Hitler comment just brought another amendment to the punitive damages claim. Be forewarned, says Ms. Jackson wants to impute her now 8 CPS calls on my client. Perhaps procurement of such information will occur via letters regulatory for an in-camera sealed review thereto. You can hear them screaming, he can't do that. Amazingly, even a skell could walk through the doors Ms. Jackson opens. This is not YouTube, nor is it a municipality courtroom. Finally, my defamation per se case against Ms. Jackson is upcoming. She should rest assured that there are many months left on that statue. Thank you in advance for your prompt attention here too. Froggy's upset because she looks the way she does. Bless her heart. Can we get prayers in the chat for Froggy? I couldn't imagine looking the way Froggy does. I would hate life too. I'm sorry, honey. It's not our fault though. But it's an accountability courtroom. What he's saying, Rebel, is he's going to call Lasniak and Nick as witnesses. That Brittany thinks she's going to go in there and argue the merits of the case, but she already waived them, admitted by not responding in a timely fashion, hence why we have a default judgment. So Brittany can't go in there and argue any of the facts. She already waived them. She already admitted that we were correct by not responding. Brittany has stated she's going to have witnesses there, and he's saying, I look forward to cross-examine it, not just them, but her. He goes on to say that Brittany will be held accountable for what Loon says about me on Brittany's panel. He goes on and says that if Brittany, since Brittany wants to say I'm the reason for the 8 CPS calls, he's going to seek permission to find out information on them to clear my name from it because that is defamatory. And last but not least, that he still plans on pursuing her for the defamatory statement she made about him. Basically, she should learn to shut up. Oh, no, SoCal. That's because if you look at her ex, she's always posting stuff. That's not in regards to this. That's Barbecue's name. Truly, she should know, and I've said this for years, that words matter, and she just doesn't get it. This was sent to Lesniak. I mean, Lesniak's her lawyer, right? For the RICO. Krug, get your girl. Yeah, and his statement, Craig's statement about they're going to take everything I own in Jesus' name. First off, that is not very Christian-like. I mean, again, I'm not very religious, but I know enough to know that is not very Christian-like. But it also proves that Brittany, once again, has not been honest with Craig about what we're going to court for. Because there is no chance of taking everything I own. I'm not the one at risk of a judgment against me. You are. I don't know if I think she'll show caffeinated. We'll find out. But I don't know. She is way over her head. She talks about all this like it's a YouTube panel, like it's not a courtroom. She's way over her head. You don't think she'll show? Yeah, like I think she's lying to Craig and saying like, you know, we have a chance to fight this and we there's a chance that we're going to win. No, there isn't. I mean, there's a chance that the judge doesn't grant what my attorney's seeking, but there's not a chance of taking shit from me. But what Craig said will be used in punitive damages. Because it admits that your whole purpose is to cause me financial harm. Doesn't matter that I said that responding to you puts money in my pocket to pay for the litigation you threw me into. It's no different than if I decided to if I was an Uber driver and decided to work more hours to afford court. It's no different. I have a right to speak on you. We all have a constitutional right to free speech. How could I have lied on the other case with her? How could I lie? I never wrote anything in. I don't have anything written on that case to lie about. So how could I lie? No, she lied and the judge recognized it and deemed her a frivolous litigant because of it. Shelby Lynn, I'm late on replay, but wanted to say, get her girl. Thank you, Shelby Lynn, for being a member for 18 months. Yeah, she'll ask for a Zoom appearance last minute. You're absolutely right. I agree with that. My lawyer's already prepared for them to ask for that. And already prepared to offer an argument why we don't agree with it. You're right, Peanut Butter. And my lawyer knows that's ready to come too. If she don't show up for court, they can put out a warrant on her. Well, I don't know about if in this case, if they would do that. I think they would just grant what we're seeking. But in her other cases, absolutely. I agree, Gary. You know it will be. No, I never lied on Brittany. Matter of fact, again, Nick took to the stand under oath and stated on the stand that Brittany is the aggressor with me. that Brittany is the one that won't stop speaking on me. But she doesn't have the court's permission, Kraken. Brittany's own lawyer, when I said you need to get your client under control, I'm tired of her running her mouth. Her own lawyer admitted that she is indeed out of control. And that he has told her to stop, but she doesn't because she does it all for the money. That's what her own people think of her. She does simply think she can do whatever she wants. She said last night she has pregnancy brains. She's such an idiot. Exactly to Black Widows. She certainly has tied them together, hasn't she? Refers to two individuals who live together in a cohabitation that is marital in nature. Oh, really? Hold on, let me see something. That's a good point. I could just highlight it and see. Copy. Let's paste it. Apparently attractive, but having in reality no value or integrity. Oh, it means a falsity and may describe a tawdry show that beckons with a false allure or promise. All right, so let me get these together and see. Combines the adjective with the noun, falsely attractive, superficially appealing, or pretentious actions or schemes. Oh. So basically, he's calling out her ugly behaviors that she tries to present as legitimate, I guess. I don't know. No, North Carolina does not have common law. They don't. But what we do have is plenty of transcripts and downloaded lives of Brittany and Craig talking about how much they share financials. Barry and plaintiffs have gone against her and spoke to the judge about her actions already. Exactly that, dude. So you can have your 5 misfit little followers go ahead and bother the judge, harass the judge, which is not allowed. And they are not going to like when they hear that you called for that, especially if anybody follows through and actually does it. It's just going to backfire on you because your co-plaintiffs already spoke out about your behavior. Unless you want to tell the judge and the internet that your co-plaintiffs aren't credible. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is Brittany going to call her co-plaintiffs liars? He sure does. He calls it our channels. We can make money. Brittany stated she has his credit card in her pocket with over $25,000 on it. She should be, DDJ. That's why I wonder if she'll be ballsy enough to say they're liars. No, they don't do Zoom, B-fam. But again, she'll have to find out. She does always blame everybody else. Boston's confronting Brittany about her behaviors in that clip we played. And Brittany deflects it to talk about Shayna. She's so sneaky. I bet the co-plaintiffs wish they hadn't appealed now. After all the trouble BJ has caused and all the extra money she's costing them. It was stated she plans to sue everyone on YouTube that was involved in this case after it's over. Nuh-uh. Brittany don't plan to do that. Brittany can't even plan dinner for that evening. Hey, Wendy.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I've
Glad to
missed
hear
quite
it.
a bit over the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I just wanted to come and say hi. Trying to get all caught up. Absolutely love Martucci's letter. I think that's
Thank you.
fantastic. I do have one thing I just want to say, because we know how rumors get started and how people go from chat to chat. And the one section where it says in camera, for those in the back that might be running to Brittany, that doesn't mean that any records that are obtained will be on a camera. That just means it's going to the judge's quarters in his chambers. He looks at them privately and then determines if anything would need to be on the record, so to speak. And all personal private information is redacted. Just wanted to throw that out there, because you know how words get twisted around here.
Yeah, it means a private viewing of it so that he can clear my name from what Brittany's saying. Because again, it's problematic that Brittany keeps accusing me of being the one behind these CPS visits. That's ridiculous.
It is. It's absolutely absurd. I'm continually in awe of how a lot of individuals on the internet, whatever comes into their mind, it's got to come out through the keyboard or out of their mouth without any forethought. And, oh, well, it's just hyperbolic. It's, it's rhetoric. It's just people running at the mouth. Well, yeah, when you run at the mouth to a certain extent, eventually you're going to have to be held accountable for the words that you've said. And continued accusations of a nefarious nature can come back and bite you in the bum.
Yeah.
And that's the road she's chosen to travel. And she gets bolstered by other people like panel guests or her chat. Again, as you've said, and other people have said, on just in general in life, Google is at your fingertips.
Yes.
You don't have to take what a supposed authority or somebody that has a professional background because you don't know them. You don't have to take their word for it. Do a Google. Follow the citations that are in the response that you get to understand what's being discussed. And the fact that by all accounts, we're going to take this at face value and as a truth, that she had an attorney that she paid at least $8,000 to, and she's still completely unaware of how the civil process works.
Exactly. And you know what else, Wendy?
Yes.
You know where she screwed up the other day? She brought that all back up again, that, Rancher and the C&Ds and all of that. And she stated that Rancher wanted to move forward, but that Brittany couldn't afford him, right? Do you know what the declaratory judgment's about? The fact that Brittany...
the declaratory judgment is about that C&D. I remember back when that was going on. She's the one who initiated the C&D. Therefore, she should have been prepared for any possible outcome, and her attorney should have advised her of that. That's the disconnect is unreal to me.
Right. But she made the big mistake there, because the whole point of declaratory judgment was originally to go in before a judge and Brittany give her reasons why she believes that she has, she's going to sue me and it wouldn't be a frivolous lawsuit. And we were going to be, on the other hand, screaming, why is it a frivolous lawsuit? It's misquoting laws. They're not suable actions. It falls under freedom of speech. Brittany just admitted that her intent was to absolutely sue me.
Really?
Yeah, but she didn't have the money. Rancher wanted to proceed, but she didn't have the money.
But the anti-SLAPP precludes her from doing that.
Right.
That was with prejudice.
Wendy gets it.
You can't, in between, while it's in appeal, decide to start jurisdiction shopping.
Yes, Wendy, that's exactly the point. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, I really have missed quite a bit.
But she's so dumb that she thinks she's saying that to convince her audience of whatever it may be. And in fact, she's handed me more reasons to pursue. That's
Yeah,
because she
she
doesn't know
is.
when not to talk.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
If Ranger wants to go further, then why didn't he respond? Right, Roxy. Of course he wanted to proceed. He's a lawyer. He wanted more money to go on. But we really believe she spent $8,500 on C&Ds that misquoted law.
Yeah, see that I never really quite understood that, which made me initially, after we saw the C&D, I think either you or one of the other individuals that received one had shared the contents, and it was baffling. It was very baffling because initially I had thought, well, a seasoned attorney couldn't have written this
That's what we felt too.
at all. Again, if we go back to the injunction / RICO, that was so incredibly flawed that I think even a layperson would have been able to see that. And again, you're talking about an attorney that supposedly has 25 plus years experience
Hmm.
mixing that all up. Um, I hate to say this, but I'm beginning to think that a lot more professional, quote unquote, people are using Chat GPT to write legal filings.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. Well, and I believe in his dropping Brittany as a client letter, which most certainly did not say, I want to pursue this. But in his letter, wasn't it stated pre-written C&Ds? And
I
didn't
believe
we
that was
hear?
a line in there, if I recall correctly.
And didn't we hear that one of the moderators stated that they wrote the C&Ds?
Now, I thought, correct me again, correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought the one where about moderators writing the C&Ds was referencing the C&Ds that went out to moderators.
Well, they cleaned it up with that excuse. But we
Oh,
were
I
all
see.
talking about the current C&Ds, and that's where it was stated by one of the angry newly left mods that the other mods wrote the C&Ds. Then when it came to cleanup crew, I guess after they came together and spoke, then it was no, nobody wrote them. He wrote them, and then it turned to no, it was the ones that were sent to the other mods.
Yeah. I would
Yes,
love to
Jenny.
be a fly on the wall. Should this ever reach a point of true discovery,
Hmm.
um, all the records, and if the audience as a whole thinks for one moment that an attorney can't, when it comes to discovery, go into the deepest, darkest crevices of your cell phone communications, your social media communications,
Hmm.
heck, sticky notes in the garbage that were thrown away, they will be found.
Yep. Well,
You
she
know,
ignored the first attempt at depositions that my attorney served on her. She ignored it, which is going to be a problem for her too.
yeah. But I believe most of the audience is probably above 35. If you're not, hey, we wait, we await you as you get older. But there's a phrase called thumbing your nose.
Hmm.
And then it seems that every avenue, at least publicly and on the docket, this particular litigant has thumbed their nose continually at the court.
Yeah. What do you think of Bernie calling for her audience to write to the judge?
Oh, well, um, I have a visceral reaction to that because that is, I don't like to, most people know I don't like to call people foolish, or a stronger term would be stupid, but I believe it is stupid,
You're too kind.
as she's opening a can of worms. Again, you don't need to be an attorney to know that that is just wrong and dangerous. And I could give probably 7 or 8 reasons why it's not going to work in her benefit. it's interfering in the process. Again, we should all be familiar with the term ex parte. It's not going to bode well for her, especially if a judge is being bombarded with messages that, Granny's watching is evil, she's demonic, and she lies about Brittany J, and she causes all kinds of trouble. She's a liar. She's a hater. It, to some extent, that type of thing does happen out in the courthouse. However, for a litigant to solicit having her audience call on her behalf, to what extent? That's the thing. To what extent? It's not going to bode well for her.
No, it's not.
It's interference, and
it's also harassment. It's harassment of the lawyer.
Well, that's what I was trying to avoid saying, but it gives the appearance, and one could argue, skillfully, I might add, that it's an intimidation tactic.
Yep. It's harassment of a witness. It's harassment of the judge, but it's absolutely harassment of me. It will prove what I've been saying about Brittany. So when her little misfit subs take to her command and they actually do it, it just will benefit me, Brittany. It's not going to harm me.
No, it wouldn't harm you.
Matter of fact, Brittany still states that she's not giving me jurisdiction. Yet we have a court date for Pennsylvania on the 14th. She followed the 6 Up and Ziggy controversy very closely because she was giddy at the idea of it, not realizing she sounds a lot like 6 Up. Well, they don't have jurisdiction. I'm not giving jurisdiction. The whole writing to the judge thing. Didn't you hear what the judge said about the people that wrote on 6 Up's behalf, Brittany? Don't you think that came into account when he decided to grant Ziggy?
The whatever's going on with Brittany and the internet or YouTube is no comparison, in my opinion, to what has transpired between Ziggy and 6 Up. They're not comparable cases. The back and forths may be comparable, but I don't know enough about what's gone on between Ziggy and 6 Up to proffer a full analysis, but I always get a little bit perturbed when I find out that somebody wasn't represented in court when they had such egregious allegations against them.
Yeah.
That's concerning. I wish all of them the best of luck. I'm not even going to venture into reading into all of that. I don't have the mental capacity for it at this point. But I am, as I've said before, I am all in to, ride this out with you as best I can.
Oh, thank you, Wendy.
Because, again, as a fellow Pennsylvanian, I understand the full ramifications of what that meant for not only the Commonwealth, but the internet as a whole. And I wish I could say more, but seeing what's become of this sector, I don't want to reveal too much about myself. So
I agree. I understand completely.
Yeah.
But thank you for becoming a member.
But
absolutely. Yeah, and this is the other thing. Craig stating that I lost the RICO and that he's going to sue me, so I have to pay him back all the money he spent. I mean, these people they're not well. It baffles me how much Brittany must lie to this man, or how delusional he must be himself. Because he could easily Google it and find out what's going on in that case. For whatever reason, they like to present themselves to their audience like they're a victim of mine, knowing full well they're not. They haven't spent a penny. They had a free lawyer. They never traveled to Pennsylvania. They haven't even spent any time on it. She has not appeared at any of our hearings. It has not cost them anything. And they didn't win. It's
becoming increasingly apparent that she hasn't even had communications with her attorney of record, Lesniak.
That's true. Yeah.
It's all You know what? I have a lot of things I'd like to say. I'd rather say them privately because, again, you're still in active litigation.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, but I'll
I
pop
get it.
down now. Thanks for letting me come up.
Of
I just
course.
wanted to say hi and let you know that even though I've been quiet and nobody's really seen me, I am still alive and I'm with y'all in spirit.
Good. Thank you, Wendy. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Okay, we'll see y'all later. Bye.
All right. Bye, girl. Yes, the C&D did request money. Yes. It basically requested that I pay Brittany money to keep this out of a courtroom. Who paid a private investigator? I see you. Yeah, thank you so much, Ellen C. Welcome back. Thank you for becoming a member. BJ actually made money off of it with her lawyer fund that only went into her pockets. I agree. Brittany benefited by every legal action she has taken, including what she's done with Chloe and Cletus. Including Chloe and Cletus. LNC, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I'm not too worried about them, Hemi, but I am exhausted by them. I'm exhausted of Brittany and Craig always finding a way to act like they are the victim. Right, she can say that all she wants, Nene. If she really believes that, you know, two defamation and one having 47 other counts in it can be paid off with what was raised in a give and go, then it just proves even further that she's never paid a lawyer. She has zero awareness of how much it costs, how much a lawyer costs. That's why she's arguing what my lawyer's seeking for the declaratory judgment, because to her, she's never paid a lawyer. So she doesn't know that, yes, their work costs time. Their time costs money. Their work is money. I know, J-Dub, and that's going to all be thrown back in her face as well. All of it. All Brittany's comments that I didn't pay out of pocket, that is made me money, that is this, that is that. That's all going to be used against Brittany because she does not have. We're supposed to believe Brittany spent $8,500 on C&Ds. But we're not supposed to believe that it cost me more now for the declaratory judgment. She's an idiot. She's an absolute idiot. She'll one day understand why GW is angry. I'm sure she'll understand when she hears Craig's frustration when he realizes she's been lying to him. Some stuff you ability to raise funds really. Against what order, J-Dub? Righteous with the 20 gifted. Thank you so much. No, they when at night and Brittany and all of them filed this, they tried putting in there that Barbecue and I were not allowed to fundraise for attorney fees, which they can't do that. That's insane that they would even try that. But there's no other order about it. Right, she spent all that money on new electronics. Why hasn't she gone on a spending spree prior to that or since that? Her moderators gave her over $7,000. Righteous, that is so cool of you. Thank you so much. The original ruling in the slap? I don't know if it mentioned anything about that. Yeah, right after the lawyer fund, right after money started rolling in, they're suddenly bragging about all the brand new electronics and stuff they bought, the shopping sprees they were on, the new wardrobe they both received, and, you know. Court is July 14th. That's how they were trying to financially drain the girls because they knew they couldn't do it without help. Exactly. That was part of the proof that it was, abusive process. to the Best Buy credit card? Right. What happened to the Best Buy credit card? Leonard says they may make it appear like they don't care because BJ has Craig in his place like the bitch man he is. But he's going to be fucking pissed when he realizes she played him for a fool this entire time. Brittany knows the truth of the status of your cases. I believe she chooses not to communicate with her free attorney and or co-plaintiffs so she can continue to mislead her subs. It's her responsibility to have contact with that lawyer, so I don't care. Yeah, the Best Buy credit card never seen again. Good morning, Lisa. If you pay attention, she keeps stating, do you see all the money Granny and Queen got for their lawyer fund? That's when she decided she was deserving of one too. Yeah, right before Brittany started her lawyer fund, she kept bringing up me and Queen's lawyer funds, like on repeat. Like Brittany literally saw this as a way to get money quickly. She thought she was going to, I don't know, have the support that Queen and I did, and it was going to make her rich. And it did. It gave her over $10,000 easily. I think it was close to $15,000. I don't think she at most paid that lawyer $1,000. And I know that because how can you want us to believe you paid $8,500 for 4 C&Ds, but that my lawyer's lying about the cost of filing entire documents and putting them on a court record? No, she claims she spent $400 on nails for her and her kids' friends, but people send her groceries. Wait, what? Wasn't she just making that whole, I want to get my nails done, but it's $50, but I'm going to save up for it? Wasn't she just saying that? And now she paid $400? She say that recently? Fat Breast said the cockroach ran off with the Best Buy credit card. There's no way she just said that. They're saying it was just last night. Last night's lie. Tonight she's taking the boys to the movies. Yeah, okay. It's been over 1,700 weeks. She said she took her daughter and some of her friends and she paid for it. Last night, when she said she got her nails done, though, I did not hear the cost, her $400. She did say she took the baby to breathe all those fumes. Okay. So this is the woman. Wow. This is the woman who said she wanted to get her nails done, but it cost $50 and she was going to save up for it. Now she took her daughter and her friends. Oh, in the past. Well, interesting. If she's so broke, why wouldn't she take her kids to the movie during the week, during the day when it's cheaper instead of Saturday night when it's packed and more expensive? I guarantee you, Aldi Lee, she's not taking her kids anywhere. Okay, I guarantee that. I get it, Sassy Hound. She was telling a story from the past. I don't believe her story anyhow. How about that? Oh, after Clue shared her story about taking her and her... Oh. I get it. But she took the baby to the nail salon. It's so unhealthy for that baby to breathe in those fumes. Right. Clue shared a story about taking her daughter. And then Brittany shared a story similar because she copies everybody. We get it, guys. We get it. Just like she had to listen to Chase and say she's going to take her boy to the theater. And then Brittany's like, I just listened to Chasen. I'm going to take my son for his birthday. Holy shit, right? Just another 20? Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Do y'all remember when getting a set of nails cost like $25? She's just a dry beggar, manipulative person. Why does she need her nails done to sit in her house and scratch her bug bites? You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's so unbelievable. If you're that financially strapped, if you're crying and poor and saying you have to save up to get your nails done, then nails should not even be a priority, especially for somebody like Brittany who doesn't leave the house. But she's not poor and she's not struggling and she can afford her nails. That's so true, see, Nikki. She never talks with her nails or her hands until she gets her nails done. Oh, she's going to start family game nights. I guarantee she does none of it, Pet My Peeves. None of it. I'm glad that we can inspire her. To do things that matter, but do more than just stating you're going to do it. Actually do it. Actually take your kids to the movies. Actually do family game nights. Don't just say it. Be about it. People are saying she talked as if she took her kids to the theater. I mean, I'm sorry, the nail salon the other day. I don't know. I guess better late than never, right? If she's going to do game nights now, better late than never, whatever. Good. I'm glad we can inspire her. I hadn't heard that before about the mods giving. Yeah, the mods admitted it. Well, it was 7 to 8K. It depended which mod said it. It's Alyssa. They're so much fun. We do them all the time. We just had a movie outside last night with the projector. If the story Brittany's telling you is confusing, it's because she's lying. Okay? And that is typical for Brittany. She heard Clue say something, so she wanted to repeat it. That's what she does. She's a parrot. She repeats everybody around her that she idolizes. You guys know this by now. We know it. Hey, Bio. Happy Saturday. Yeah, smack a roach for game night. She does, Peanut Butter. I fully believe that. And she never will be. We're supposed to go to the theater today. It's supposed to be rainy. So, although it has not rained yet, knock on wood, it just passes right past us. Which son has a birthday next week now? No, don't answer that. I didn't mean to say that. Who cares? Who cares? I got my projector a long time ago, Starlight, and it's not like the best of projectors, so I wouldn't even drop a link to that one. But you can get them relatively cheap now. They're pretty reasonable, and you can get a blow up projector screen at Five Below right now for like 20, 25 bucks. She doesn't even go outside. I agree. She just copies all of us. Should I talk about how I shower? Do you think that will get her to maybe shower? Oh, it's so much fun, Starlight. It really is. There's something just so relaxing about watching TV outside. Holy shit, Seashell coming through with the 32 months. Love you, girl. Thank you. I agree, Demon. I was about to have something to eat. I'm good now. See my favorite. I won't hold it against you. She showers like Josh, right? She does say that. Like a drive-in, yes. It's so nice. I love it. We use a white sheet. Oh yeah, you could do that too. But a lot of the projectors come with the screen now. Cabin Keys, they go outside to watch the movies so they can get away from the bugs. Oh, tell her how you always held your babies' bottles and never propped them up and always birthed them. Talk about spring cleaning your house. Up to good with the 25 months. Outdoor movie night is the best. Absolutely, it really is. Always a great time. Isn't it? I mean, honestly, does anybody feel a little bit like, I don't want to say bad, right? But it's so pitiful that at her age, she has to mimic others and try to steal parts of their personality. God, this lady's just talking to herself again. She's still talking about the dryer being fucked up from that guy. My God, get over it, lady. And how he cost her $1. She might have Alzheimer's or something, like sometimes, I don't know. Anyway, I think it's truly sad that she has to steal parts of other people to form who she is. It's really, really sad. I imagine she's one day going to be in her 70s cursing people out at the laundromat. But I don't know why I feel that way. Right, she doesn't like herself. So she steals parts that she sees. No, what it is she wants people to like her. She doesn't like herself. I agree with that. But she wants people to like her. So she steals the identity or bits and pieces of people that do like her, that do like people, of people that like people, to try to make herself a likable person. That's what it is. I think I give her all the ideas too, Okie. And I guarantee she doesn't execute any of them. Don't just tell people you went to the movies. Show proof. Take a picture of the ticket, Brittany, because I don't believe a word she says. And nobody should. And my golly, how can you not afford to get your nails done, but you can suddenly afford to take your kids to the movies? She's just so full of shit. And the way she would sit there and talks about anything I'm doing as if because she sued me frivolously, I shouldn't be able to live my life. Fuck you. No, she never follows through. Oh, I know, Lavender. Her saying that I didn't go to the hospital with C. diff, I did that to take away from her. First off, nobody gave a fuck that you were missing. Everybody knew damn well that is because you were in labor. Nobody cares that much, Brittany. Like, you act like you were going to get all this. And I do believe that. I believe Brittany copied that creator I played in the beginning about the horrible birthing experience, thinking she would get a lot of sympathy from people. I think that was her whole purpose of this whole freaking getting pregnant thing to begin with. But if I was going to lie about being in a hospital, why would I lie that I had something like C. diff? C. diff isn't something somebody wants. Like, it's embarrassing. Maybe I should have lied like your friend Ivy League that I broke both my legs. You freaking reject. Only you and the people around you lie about things like that. Stop projecting it onto others. It's weird. It is absolutely weird. Remember when Brittany gave that whole quote? Yeah, you went to the hospital because she did. Yeah, Brittany. Yeah, okay. What a fucking idiot. She really thinks she's special. I also let my house go to complete squalor so I could be like Brittany. I also stayed in a relationship with a man who beat my ass and never loved me because I wanted to be like Brittany. I often keep my kids up till 3, 4 a.m. starving for dinner because I want to be like Brittany. Tell me in all the ways you all want to be like Brittany. Let's go. I often lie to my moderators and YouTube subscribers because I want to be like Brittany. I mean, what fucking part of Brittany is inspirational? I was so jealous Brittany was in the hospital giving birth that I lied about going to the hospital and shitting myself. Brittany! Like, you are so stupid. Oh my God. You got to laugh at some of the stupidity. I want to go to the gas station and steal kittens like Brittany. I want to have a roach farm and a beehive growing in my walls like Brittany. I want to go to pain management instead of my child's dentist like Brittany. Oh my God. She's so stupid. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, why the fuck would I pick? First off, I never even heard of C. diff until I was diagnosed with it. And even when they first diagnosed me, I didn't hear what they said. I was half out of it. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck they said. Why would I pick C. diff of all things to lie about? Remy says, I want to be the biggest liar on YouTube and neglect my health and my children's health. I want to be like Brittany. Hey, Joe Madre says, I want to droopy eyes like Brittany. Oh, but Kathy comes through with the 14 months and said, Mark's safe from being like Brittany. There is no likable qualities of Brittany. I want to have to stop and take big breaths of air before completing a sentence like Brittany. There's nothing about you, Brittany, that anybody would want to mimic. I want to get obnoxious like Brittany. How about that? We can keep going. She's so stupid. Oh man, I was scared. Peak views. They said like there's a likeliness of it coming back within 6 weeks. Oh my God. Talking about being scared shitless. See what I did there? But yeah, I mean, honest to God, if I was gonna lie about being hospitalized, I would pick something a little less embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, the only person that wants to be like Brittany is reality. And after that cam slip, we get it, girl. We get it. You gotta be tired of wearing those bibs to catch your drool. The only time Brittany drools is when she's nodding out. We've heard her had to slurp up that drool. Huh? Hold on, y'all. Right. I want to be a fake Christian like Brittany. Oh my golly. No, she has no original ideas. You know what I did do that, Brittany, that may be of help to you for those hot summer days? Never mind. Amma says, I don't want emotional support roaches like Brittany. You don't want them? Come on, we're supposed to want to be like her. Because I'm not in a position to steer people in any directions. Thank you, Amma, for the rage quit. I steer Brittany in directions by her wanting to be like us. So we give like good ideas, right? Like, you know what? We should clean our house today. Right, Ellie. She's so stupid. Oh, can you imagine the slobber on her mic? You're right. Is she a droller? Here, cheesy. I got to pull this up, guys. Again, trigger warning. Oh, wait, it's not this one. Hold on. That's my Jesus at the pool with me. The funniest part, cheesy, is that before I pulled this up, my phone warned me that this may, that is dangerous. So Reality was over there defaming me, running her mouth. And in the midst of doing so, she had a cam slip. Now, Reality is claiming that this was not her. They're also claiming that we made the cockroach fly across Brittany. That it was never on her screen. We added it in. That's right, folks. Brittany, instead of saying it's a moth, she's now saying it never happened. That we made it appear. I know, Jennifer Lim, right? I want my man to talk to my cat about breeding with it like Brittany. Now you decide, Cheesy. You're a little nicer than me. But yes, this to me looks like somebody who has a bib on to collect the drool that comes out of her mouth. The only thing I feel for Brittany is disgust. I agree. Right, she's the one that swapped the freaking thing off of her. We made her do all of that. Right, Sunset Gaze, and I'm with you. Remy June, thank you so much for becoming a member again. Or I would believe it would be an up. I don't know. It does tell me on StreamYard. I thought you were, but my mother-in-law used to wear her hair like that when she was like 80. Well, isn't she, close to mother-in-law's age, maybe? I don't know. But I know they're not talking about other people having wonky eyes and people's noses and people's teeth. And this is when they're over there running their mouth about me. So that's another thing that gets on my nerves about Brittany. Brittany's over there telling people to encourage them to write to the judge to say that I won't leave her alone. Why are you speaking about me every night in a row then? You shouldn't speak on me at all. You went to the courts about me. You went to a lawyer about me. You should never mention my name again. Who is this? This is reality. This is the reality of reality. It may be, Baprat. We haven't quite figured it out. Nana's Dragonfly? That's right, girl. That's right. She literally is demonic, in my opinion, because there are horns coming from her head. Now, I wish that we could brighten this, but for some reason, all of the weirdos over there sit in the dark. My best guess is probably because they're the ones that are very, in my opinion, dark, like inside their living spaces. But there is this weird deformity on her head up here. It looks like it's a big old lump, a big old bump, and it may explain a few things, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Folks, take your best guess. Is that the leftover bruising from the horns coming out, or what is that? Does anybody else see the odd shape taking place? Oh my God, maybe they're shapeshifters. I figured it out. Reality is the succubus and the Chewbacca that goes around Brittany's house. Oh my God, I figured it out. She's a shapeshifter. Oh, she's a shapeshifter. I figured it out. She sounds like Mickey Mouse. Remember? You guys remember when Brittany told the truth? And Reality was like, see? She told the truth, you guys. Way to go, Brittany. And I swear to God, all it reminded me of is like a child's cartoon. You did it. You did it. Hooray. You've done it. There it is. No, I'm serious. One in the chat if you guys see what I'm saying about this. What is this? It's like a penis head or something. I don't know. The closer you get, the blurrier the photo gets, but there's something going on up here, guys. And I'm afraid of it. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty afraid of it. There's nothing wrong with smoking weed. Is balding? Oh my God, that's her hairline. I agree. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's play the game that Lynn did the other day. Oh my God, I got to reach out to Lynn. We were supposed to go live together. All right, I got to reach out to Lynn. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the Cash App. That is so kind of you. Thank you. I'm so tired of people saying this. I just seen somebody write this, right? No other than Blissful, who likes to flop between this chat and Brittany's. So if you're in here, listen closely. Yes, YouTube, whether people like it or not, is a job, okay? If you go anywhere now, including to the bank, they actually have it listed as a career. Anything that you receive money for and you pay taxes for, yes. Now I get it. There are some people out here that don't like that, but it's just fucking factual, okay? All right, so we're gonna do what the great idea that Break-In did the other day, where you have to name all the wrong things, because this is what it feels like to be gaslit by people like Brittany and Reality. So let's go ahead and name what we believe that to be, but only the wrong thing. She certainly has a unibrow. She certainly does. B. Tim says that was the face her husband woke up to when he got punched in the face by Reality Loses. Yeah, imagine that. Truth and Karma, here it is. Imagine bragging about domestic violence while screaming how against it you are. I don't think there's anything funny or cute about bragging about punching a man in the face. Men are victims too, and they don't deserve to be punched in the face by weirdos like her. BJ thinks she looks what? Better than any 30-year-old. See, they lie to each other, and that's so unfortunate. I see the need for filters and wigs. Amen to that. A 4-pack punch. Is she wearing a sun visor and her hair is poking out the top? Maybe. Maybe. There's something there. I don't know what it is. Reality has said before she was dating an ex-cop. Now she says she comes from a family of cops. And she says she had twin boys, then it's twin girls. Did she switch her twins' genders? Oh my golly. I believe it. If Brittany told her she looks better than a 30-year-old, it just proves again, these people lie to each other. Them gels are bigger than my Mastiff puppies. You're so lucky to have puppies. Oh, they are some strong gels. Hold on. Good point. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, looks like Droopy the dog. The Droopster has rocks on top of her head. It does look like she got whacked with a rock on top of her head. I mean, that looks like a gigantic lump on her. A headband. She's got the tongue hanging out. That's what I'm saying. You know she drools. Check my email. Thank you. You know she's a drooler, friends. You know it. Oh, we brightened it up. Oh my goodness, that makes sense. It's her fucking bangs. Shout out to you for that. Holy shit. Somebody was able to take it and lighten it. She doesn't look as bad there, but that makes sense. Still rough. Still not what she looks like when she has her filters ready. Shauna, thank you so much. We are 5 away, friends. Oh, she wears wigs. I think is balding. I think if you ask ChatGPT to brighten it, this is what we get. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? What is this? Hold on. I'm still scared. Oh, I was looking into my soul. But what is over here? Baby hairs? She's moustaching. Oh, and a beard. All right, get it, girl. Get it, girl. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Please make it dark again. This too much. Are y'all jealous yet? Are we all jealous yet? The angle, I agree. The angle isn't flattering, but neither is her loud fucking mouth. Okay? We're being mean on purpose, folks. I need with the 5 gifted. Holy shit, I think we've gotten like 60 gifted memberships today. You guys are the best. Seriously, thank you so much. So jelly. Hey, Rose, it's been a long time. How have you been? Another self-righteous. Yep. Still looks like Krusty the Clown. All right, so we figured out that her the big lump on her forehead. I am glad to have an answer for that because that scared me. It was just those 90 bangs, those big bird bangs she can't let go of. Let go, Reality. It'll be okay. Follow the lights. Follow the light. Last night she was saying this wasn't her. Shut up, Rhea. You people lie to lie. My golly. The roach wasn't real. It was AI. Now the photo wasn't you. Who was on your account then? Who was on your account? Do you know your God doesn't like your lies? You should be struck down for that. No, because I knew this would happen. All right, let's for the 12:30? 12:50? 2. We could do that because we could head that way. The 2 o'clock. All right. I think it was. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Do you remember that crazy lady that goes nuts at the laundromat? No, she's this older woman. Well, anyway, she was going nuts because a guy was doing his wash, and she wanted to do whatever, and she's saying that he put like 10 pairs of jeans, so he broke the machine. And then as soon as the guy comes over, she's like, I knew it had to be a man. Then she comes over to me with a whole different tune, and she goes, did you think that I was fighting with that man? I'm like, yes, I did. Yeah, she was wild. She's wild. Oh, yeah, everybody. We could hear her from here. Anyway, 250. Let me see what's available. Yeah, 3 right here. Look how big it is. Look how big the cedar is. Isn't that nuts? Yeah. Should I? Yeah. I mean, should I? All right. Oh, well, that's it, folks. We're definitely going to the movies. No, I wasn't, was I? That's all right. It's not like we said anything inappropriate. Unlike Brittany, I don't lie about actually going to the movies. We actually go. And like I said, it's supposed to storm today. So we said we go see the movie. So we're going to go. I do know it. I do know it. Esther probably doesn't talk to her after. Yeah. We're going to go see the new Toy Story. These movies make me cry. Seriously. Every channel has been showing all the Toy Stories again. I could not believe. Are you Kathy P? I love that. I could not believe that they had. I hate the movies because of the prices, but I don't hate like going to a theater. I actually enjoy it. I'd rather see a movie I really like on a big screen. But did you know that they made a Toy Story? Like, I didn't know the originals were in the 90s. I grew up on Toy Story. Then they made a movie when my daughter was younger, and then they made one when my son was younger. Isn't that crazy? They do like 10 years out. It is literally insane. Joe Madre's going to the farmer's market. I miss the Amish market. Sunset, the neighbors are like, what's this crazy person laughing about? The last person at the movie smelled bad. I said no more. Did you tell them? I'm sure you are. You know what, Cheesy? Here's my biggest thing, right? Because I'll be serious for a minute. And you don't deserve this reality, but I'll be serious for a minute. Anybody from that angle, it's a non-flattering angle. You ever look down at your phone and you see your reflection or the camera turns on, you're like, oh, it's not a good angle. I can give her that. And as we get older, things start to droop the way her jowls are drooping and whatever. It happens. I don't really normally judge people by what they look like. I mean, I appreciate a beautiful person, male or female, when I see them. But I don't write people off because they're not good looking or because they're, fat or they're bigger people or they're skinny, whatever. I don't really care. But when you have people like Reality, you have people like Brittany, you have these people that are just truly nasty, mean people that pass judgment on everybody else, that defame people, that lie about people. I don't hesitate to put them in their place. And actually, it's sad to me, reality, that you're denying that that's you, because that's the truest form of you we've ever seen. And that just goes to prove that you don't like yourself either, which is probably why you sit beside the person you do. Because at your ripe age of 60 or 70, you still don't like who you are and haven't figured out who you are. The same with Brittany. That's why Brittany takes bits and pieces of everybody's personality and some weird Frankenstein type of fashion to try to make out who she is as a person. Because you don't like yourselves. And that's sad to me. Hemi, thank you so much for becoming a member. Honest to God, it really is sad to me. But what are you going to do? Nothing. I'm going to put you in your place for all the cruel things you say about others. Brittany's out here. How many times have you heard Brittany judge another female's nose? Always going for my nose, would always go for nonsense's nose. How many times have you heard Brittany say a woman looks like a man? Again, something Craig says about her, and what have I always told you all? The insult people use the most is the insult they're used to hearing the most. That's why it comes to mind. Brittany says every other female looks like a man because Craig says it about her. StreamYard offers a like a blur effect that can a blemish effect that takes your blemishes away, which is why when Brittany is on, and she probably got a camera that does it, but which is why when she was out on her phone and turned the camera on, we were all shocked by the way she looked. All the warts on her face, how big her nose was, all the marks on her face, because the filters were gone. And she's constantly going at the way other people look. You know, that's right, looking beyond. Cheesy, is today your birthday? Right, she projects, guys. So I don't feel bad about putting somebody like her in her place. I just don't. Sometimes I do, though, because I really do think it's so pathetic. We're going to in a furry rocket ship. I gotta get to Lynn. Oh my gosh. The only thing that bothers her, I think everything bothers her. But it's sad to hear reality be like, that wasn't me. Then who was it? Oh, she didn't, Allie Joe? A lot of people are saying she did. I didn't listen, so I don't know. It is Cheesy's birthday. Happy birthday, Cheesy. Always said reality isn't disabled. She definitely has not got cerebral palsy. How do I know? Because I have it. Did she say she has it? I don't know. Try a Crimson Sweet watermelon this year. They're the best watermelon. I've never even heard of that. Cheese gets better with age. Ain't that the truth? I hope you crock out today, Cheesy. Any exciting plans, especially with it being a Saturday birthday? Wait, are you feeling better yet? Anybody have any cool plans for this weekend? Joe Madre's going to the farmer's market. It was reality, and it was a real roach. I'm tired of them gaslighting us. Dream, I was just cammed up on Kick too. I do cam up. I didn't like camming up before because I smoked cigarettes. And I don't like smoking, like, on screen. I feel like it's gross. I don't want people staring at me as I smoke. It makes me feel weird. Oh, isn't that sweet, Jane says. Swan in her chest said they thought you were pretty. She addressed them, and you can tell it bothered her. Of course it did. Now I got no excuse to cam up. I could do it. But I don't know. I've done it many a times, though. That's what I mean, Jason. You think they would stop saying that? Last time I came up, we got Brittany out here uploading a video talking about this is what I look like. No filters. Everybody should love themselves. And even in that, she had filters on. I'm sorry, she had filters on. Heading the sidewalk sale. Oh, and at the fair at the park. Have fun, Barbie's World. That sounds fun. Thank you, Bat Brat. At least show us the hummingbird. Well, here's the problem with that, Snowflake. This only has a front camera. BJ said you never came up and you did a few weeks ago. Yeah. She knows I did because she was all insecure that day. I don't have to appease Brittany Jackson by camming up. Why do you want me to do that? It just hurts your feelings every time. Leave me alone. Why don't you worry about what you look like when you're not on cam? What your man has to stare at. Don't worry about me. You know what she should do, though? I had plans, but you got the flu, Nicole? Sorry to hear that. Never mind. I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm going to be nice. I'm not saying anything else about the topic. You know what? I'll say one more thing. Instead of worrying about if I came up or not, so you can try to point out every imperfection and pretend that you're not just raging with jealousy and envy, why don't you worry about your baby's clubfoot and every other medical need of your children's instead of sitting on YouTube running your mouth all the time? Who cares? Do you think, I mean, first off, you would think, I don't know, you would judge a little less given the position you find yourself in currently. But do you think that's more important? Do you think it's important if Granny's on camera or not? When mainly what I'm talking about is your gross neglect of your personal life duties. Do you think it matters if my camera's turned on or not when I talk about that? You lied in declaration saying my camera was on, and I said, if you want to be a victim, I'll make you one. You didn't quote the rest of it, because with quoting the rest of it, you'd have to admit it was followed by, just leave me the fuck alone. I don't fucking bother you. Leave me alone. So you couldn't quote the rest. Amazingly, throughout the declarations, you had one stream you could quote from, yet I've caused all this real life harm to you. You know, at the end of the day, you should worry more about the life you're giving to your family, to your loved ones. Don't worry about if I'm on camera or not. Worry about getting your kids to school on time. Worry about getting them haircuts. Worry about getting them fresh air. Worry about getting your baby the proper medical follow-up treatment she needs. Worry about all of that. Don't worry about whether you see me or not. If you want to see me, you come to court on July 14th. We can meet face-to-face in person. No filters, no nothing. I don't even wear makeup. If you're that bothered and you want to see what I look like, come to court. Come to one of the many of hearings that you threw me into. That's a great idea. Let's start there. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for filling us in, Wild Child. Exactly, Inside Outcast. You know, I was going to clip part of my stream from the other day, and I was going to start it with the before you judge the beam in your neighbor's eye, take the plank out of yours. Or the speck in thy neighbor's eye. Brittany said the beam. I'm saying the speck. Take the plank out of yours. Because it amazes me how much Brittany sits on here, and she tries to point out these like small, like unnecessary, not even important things. Granny doesn't even turn her cam on. You should thank me for that. Isn't that part of why we're still in a position we are? Because of what Craig said? These are things that don't matter. Clue wears her hair on the top of her head. So what? You wear roaches on the top of yours. So what? And all the shit they're doing right now to Queen, fucking gross. The amount of idiots, the amount of adults, that claim to have an interest, a great interest in true crime, that don't understand that not everything that's written in a police report is the truth, okay? It drives me fucking nuts. I don't know anybody, but you all tell me, you know anybody that could allegedly strangle a child and not go to jail and face charges for it? I don't know anybody that could do that. Even if you're reality who claims that her ex-husband's a cop or her whole family's cops, I don't know anybody that would get away with that. But the fact that, once again, it is okay to use the alleged trauma of a child to get back at a parent, that's directly speaking on said child. But that's okay they do that, right? It's okay Brittany participates in that. Brittany, you were over in a chat the other day, late to your own fucking stream, because you're talking shit on Queen, and you made a statement that your kids don't choke each other. No, you just openly told us that they slam each other's heads into the windows and try to murder each other. What do you think's worse, guys? I don't know. They slam each other's heads into windows. And you literally said they're trying to kill each other. So stupid, man. So stupid. I think the problem is, Leonard, when they're not paying attention to reality at the you know, on the, oh, I smell something. Good. How the fuck is there, like, doesn't even smell like a grill. It smells like Italian. Listen, my heifer knows will find the where this scent is originating from and invite myself to dinner. Holy shit, it smells good. Wow, okay, that was completely off track. But I think in between medication time for reality, she's a lot of different things, okay? You know what I mean? She'll be all right, though. Follow your nose. I certainly will. No, it's not. Oh, it went away. Who was that? Oh, that smelled great. Right, they tear stuffed animals up and left the stuffing all over the kitchen. Like little... I'm not. Never mind. Let me not go further. Bless their hearts. Seriously, honest to God, bless their hearts. And you know what else? Bless society's hearts. Because they get older. And I want to nod off during my sentences like Brittany and say, hold, please. Oh, that's a cool car. What's that say on the back? Huh. I have a neighbor that cooks very good smelling Asian food. I hate the smell. I don't like whatchamacallit, Indian food. Ugh, I don't like it at all. If Brittany ever went to jail, she would give everyone staff. If Brittany ever went to jail, she'd tell everybody how she's there because of somebody else. Probably blame it on youngins, to be honest. No, it's just ridiculous. You don't even have to thank me for saying it, Mullet Maxon. It's a stupid statement. Listen, teenagers, Cheesy just shared a story the other day of what the teenager she took into her home, her niece that she was raising, said about her. Teenagers get upset, they get angry, and sometimes they fucking lie. Okay, it happens. I'm not saying that's the case here because I don't know. I never spoke. I never cared to ask, hey, give me the personal details of what they're talking about. It's not my business. See, the difference is Queen didn't bring that situation to the internet. Unlike Brittany, who literally told the internet that her boys are slamming each other's heads in the windows, trying to get fresh air. Queen never brought that here. Her privacy was invaded when somebody foiled her house. So I don't know the story, but what I do know is that kids are tough, especially teenagers. And if there were some truth to what was said, if there was any truth to what was said, she would have charges. As far as I know. I mean, listen, I'm not even talking about it further. I just think they're so rude for this. It's the parts of YouTube I don't like, but let's face it, what this community is anymore, what this sector is, it's no shock there. Sony, yes. When Brittany says hold please is code for let me try to wake myself up. I agree, Nunya. I also don't believe that her deceased son should be spoken of either, though, to be honest. Oh, there you go, BJ's Abundance. I'll be honest. It's not my business. I never looked into it. I don't watch it when people are talking about it. I never read it. I don't want to read it, so I didn't know that. But apparently it doesn't say anything about strangulation on it. So I smell it again. Who the fuck is cooking this? Oh, Brittany calls me a street rat. I'll tell you, I turn into a street rat when I smell some good food. I'll sniff my way right to it. Teenagers don't like rules and being told no, and they will say some reckless shit to get back at their parents. Seen it many times in my job. Right. Exactly. I agree, Hartley. I mean, I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I could be because I didn't listen to it myself because I knew myself. And despite people that want to drudge up my past here, I have since learned since starting my channel to not listen to things that will likely get me upset and I will get triggered and say some dumb shit over. So I did not listen, Granny Ratatouille. I did not listen when Brittany had her daughter on panel. But correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Brittany's daughter say that her sons go to her about things about Brittany? Or wasn't the statement more like, I don't know, like they get made fun of? And Brittany was all like, oh, they never told me that. And she's like, yeah, because they come to me. No, it's whispered down the lane, so I don't know if I got this correct, but I agree, Tammy. It's heartbreaking all around. It did happen that way, right? Okay. Like, I don't know, like maybe the kids' classmates are old enough to see they probably don't even know Brittany's their mom. If they figured it out, they probably figured out, well, now we know why you don't live with her because she's nodding the fuck out. But, right. So, instead of worrying what Queen's doing with her girls, you should worry about that. I'm so tired of these people that either don't have custody, like Loon, who doesn't have custody of any of her kids, whose kids did not go on and prosper in life and go on a good career path or any of that. You know, they went different paths, whatever. I'm tired of them sitting out here judging other parents. You have no business. You have no business. None of us are Pinterest moms, okay? None of us are like, you know, Betty Crocker in the kitchen, baking and slaving and doing all. Some of you may be, and if you are, bless your hearts, because Lord, I ain't. We get frustrated. It's hard when you're a single parent raising teenagers. It's so fucking hard. It's hard raising them even if you're not a single parent. Teenagers are hard. They're going through so many changes. And you know what? You know what I got to say to you, Brittany? Keep judging now, because I look forward to the next two or so years from now. You're in for a rude awakening. Can only imagine what that'll look like for you. So keep judging now. You'll understand. You'll understand soon enough. You didn't raise the others through their teen years, so you don't know. But you're knocking on preteen door, and it's coming. I agree it was low. That's why I didn't listen to it, Lee Michelle, because I'm not going to sit there and insult some innocent child whose mother uses her as a shield online. And from what I heard, it would have been easy to do. So I'm glad I didn't listen to it. But I've heard enough and I know enough that this is an unfair situation for these people to talk on. And of course, because they don't like Queen, they're going to make it as dramatic and as bad as they can. And you know what? The same could be said about TM. For people that don't like her, they're going to use the passing of her son in a nefarious way. I get it. I get it. It's ugly, though. And it shouldn't be going on. It shouldn't be happening. Rolling stuffed grape leaves and squash today? What do you do? What do you roll them into? 2 teen, a new baby. She's in for a treat. Amen. Yeah, she is, Meredith. We all are. Most of us, except for the Britneys that hand theirs off. But most of us are doing the best we can to raise our kids. Amen to that. I agree, Nene. I'm not saying she's not. And it's horrible what's being done right now. And it's horrible that this is the one topic people are going to dogpile on. It's horrible. I agree, Shelbell. If I heard my kids were being made fun of because my behavior, it would break my heart. Imagine how angry they must be, too. Like, do you think they turn around and they're like, whoa, she's not my mom. I don't live with her. I don't even see her. That's what Lord, help me. Stuffed grape leaves and cabbage? What do you do with it? What do you stuff in the grapes with? Sounds good. Well, we know why now, looking beyond. I'll be honest. For a while there, it was a running joke, right? People acted like I had like a cone head forehead. And I got a big forehead. I admit it. At one point, I offered to sell advertisement on my forehead. You can rent it out. But when I seen Brittany's forehead the other day, I said, Lord, now I know why you focused on mine. You stuff it. Oh, just like a stuffed pepper. That sounds great. I never heard of it with grapes. Somebody found Brittany's MySpace photo. And let me tell you, that girl went through hell. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't even be able to convince me it's the same person. She was pretty. You were pretty, Brittany. Your face was less sloopy. You didn't look like you had a perpetual frown. You were actually a pretty lady, pretty girl. Life has not been kind to you. Must be karma for abandoning your kids for a dick. Caught right on up to you. Looking like a beluga whale. You put meat and rice and spices and stuff and just use the grape leaves the grape leaves, not an actual grape. Now it makes sense. Okay. Good morning, Danny. Well, she can't say it was a moth anymore. She's saying it didn't even exist. We AI'd it. What do you mean? Thank you, Gare. Takes a lot of patience, let me tell you. I get it now, guys. That's how she got Craig and went downhill from there. Yeah, it was bad. That's why BJ always uses filters. She has all the flaws that she makes fun of people for. I agree. I'm saying, God don't like ugly. No, I couldn't, Cheesy. That's why I was thinking, why are you stuffing a grape? You get like one piece of rice in it. BJ's abundance of cockroaches is getting very offended by being called a moth. I sent that clip to an entomologist and asked what this is. Well, did you hear, Smoke Show? Apparently, they're claiming we AI'd it in. That we put the roach in the video. It wasn't really there. I mean, I'll be honest. I was shocked she didn't end that stream immediately. Talk about you have to really have some type of FOMO or internet addiction to continue streaming after a giant roach comes and bitch smacks you right in your face. I mean, Lord have mercy. That thing took over the screen like he owned the place. That thing turned around and told Craig to hold his beer. That thing said, I'm daddy now. I mean, that thing said, that thing was gigantic. They also insist it was flying. It never rained. Oh my God. We saw it did a marathon. It sprinted across her chest. Granted, it fell down when it reached the pit. I'm still curious what made that roach just drop to his death like that. There is something going on in those armpits. Oh my God. Woo. And then you hear her talk about it's so hot, it's so hot, it's so hot. Yeah, I bet it is. And it being that hot made those pits just, we seen those sweat stains and those armpit hairs. That thing kicked them out, is now charging them rent. Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. If it was all fake, what did she get up to kill? Yeah. The little bit of self-pride she had left. Well, she didn't have no pride. That one didn't just run across her chest, her shirt. That thing did a marathon sprint. And they're telling us now that it didn't crawl? How are you going to tell us it didn't crawl if we're the ones that made the video? See how stupid these people are when they lie? The biggest issue with lying is you have to keep up with the lie. And the way Brittany said moth 50 times after that, you knew damn well she was trying to convince everybody and herself it was a moth. You guys really want to see it again? Oh my God. One in the chat if we want to see the Roach Gate again. We can look at it from the perspective of, did we create it? Or did that roach create her? Because That thing's been around longer than Jesus himself. I'm telling you. That roach gets more action than Craig, somebody said. All right.
Funny. Tonight, I'm going to crawl right across her shoulder while she's live. Every single time they see me, they completely lose their minds. They start yelling, jumping, and...
It would have been funnier if this roach was like, I told the bitch, I'm daddy now. You owe me rent. Now, Brittany, if you guys are talking about this roach, yes, this was AI'd in. Okay, you got us there.
Looking around like kind of monster?
Listen, boo, if there's a way...
You're going to tell me that thing didn't just crawl across the back of her shoulder? It wasn't even flying at that point. And it's cute because it's funny because she's sitting there trying to be cute. Listen, boo. Really? Listen, boo. All right.
Listen, boo, if there's a way...
Oh, my God. He's
crawling. Oh, my God.
Smack! Miss! You miss every time. They think I'm gone, they finally relax, and then I come right back and crawl on them again. That's the best part. The screaming, the panic.
Oh, my God. Hold on, y'all. It come back.
Okay. So the first time it crawls across her, up her back and down her arm, right? And my understanding is right before this, she was like, she felt there was something on her back. Then he comes across her hand. So that's the second visit. Let's get ready for the third.
Hold on. I gotta get this damn thing.
Oh my God. There he went. There he went. Here he comes.
Damn thing.
Right across the chest. Oh! To her armpit and blop fell.
Come back. Hold on. I gotta get this damn thing.
Look, look, look. Dude, right here, crawling across her chest, gets to the armpit, drops. There he is.
Damn
Blop.
thing.
Oh my God, she didn't even feel it. She didn't even feel it. She didn't even know it was there. Oh my God, she didn't even know it was there. Oh my God. Yeah, moths don't run. Oh my God. It was, oh yeah, she thought the baby's blanket was touching her or something. Here it was the roach. Oh my God. And then that clip I played the other day. Mom, I feel something on my foot. It's on my foot. And then we got the other clip where he says, Mom, there's a roach. And she says, that's not a roach. That's a June bug. I thought she was brazen wearing a shirt that says freedom anyway when she's out here trying to stomp all over everybody's freedom. Oh, that was so nasty, guys. That was horrible. That one was smaller than the first one. It's probably a whole fucking colony of them. Do they call themselves colonies? Like I said, this one demanded respect. He owns that place. Let's see the first one again.
Completely lose their minds. They start...
If there's a...
All right. There he is in all his big and glory. He's a big boy. Oh my God, he's a big boy. Oh my God, he's so fat. Oh, look how big he is. Ooh. He came in and said something about the situation last night. Who? The roach or Craig? The flying roach or the unemployed roach? Which one says something?
There's a way.
Yeah, that thing is full-blown crawling. There is no flying. He's crawling.
Did I? Oh my God.
Smack! Right back.
Hold on. I gotta get this damn thing back. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all.
Right there, he crawls across her hand. She jumps. He clearly falls in her lap because now he starts climbing up her shirt. And she didn't even know that this roach was literally crawling on her. Oh, the kid did. Oh. I didn't hear it.
come back. Hold on. I gotta get this damn thing.
Oh my God. It does look like it's smaller. I'm not going to keep examining this video anymore. She's a liar trying to claim that this was AI'd in when she's literally responded to it. She said she kept feeling something on her back, and she said it was a baby blanket. My baby blanket's never crawled up my back. She does sound high. I mean, when doesn't she, though, Miss Walton? You know what I mean? When doesn't she, silly? I think it was Craig shapeshifting. Oh my God, it's reality. I forgot. Reality's the succubus, the Chewbacca, that thing we saw when the cam slipped the other night, and the roach. You couldn't make this shit up. Personally, I would have ended and set my house on fire. All joking aside, Navigator, honestly, you would end in humiliation, right? Like, oh my God. At very minimum, if it was me, I'd be like, holy shit, guys, a fucking roach just crawled on me. I gotta go. We gotta exterminate. I would have ended my live stream and I would have started cleaning the fuck out of my place. Instead, Brittany puts everybody on pause, claims she's hunting for it to get rid of it, to kill it, comes back, acts like she killed it, said we're all good now, for it to reappear twice more. She has no shame. But right, but it proves again that she lives like this. So to her, it's no big deal. To her, it's another night in the quote unquote office. You know what I mean? Where most of us who don't live like that, we'd be flipping furniture. Okay, we wouldn't sleep. We'd be buying what we could to raid the place until an exterminator can come the next day. But it's just another day for them. Right, she even lied about killing it. Who does that? Who lies so fucking much? If I got $4 for every time Brittany lied, I'd have a lot more than $2. My God, I'd be a rich bitch. At least Brittany will be paying for her lies. She will be paying for them. Right, bees, frogs, spiders, cockroaches, mice. Ugh. Right, it startled her before she even seen it. She lies when she doesn't need to. And that's why you shouldn't believe anything she ever says. Because somebody who lies just to lie is somebody who lies about everything. So do I, Alice. I have quarterly pest control as well. And in between visits, if you see like ants or anything that bothers you, spiders, whatever, you can call them to come back. They do the inside and the outside. I don't know. She don't. Leprechauns, right. She don't care. She don't care. Like I said, it's another night for her. She certainly don't wash clothes. She wore the same clothes 3 days in a row. Good point, Al Lover. Does she realize it's easy to figure out it's not AI? She thinks we're all freaking dumb. Shaking my head. I never saw it fly. Not AI, Beach. It's beyond raid, in my opinion. Empty it out. I absolutely agree with you, Al Lover. Mullet Maxon says, exactly. And it's her lying and gaslighting that makes people angry and frustrated. Nobody wants to be gaslit and lied to. That's what makes it a bigger topic. I know for me, it's one of the big reasons why I continue to call her out. You're not going to convince me my reality isn't reality because you're a sick, demented bitch. Sorry. You guys know that song, The Heartbreak Hotel? This is the heartbreak. Brittany should start an intro. This is the cockroach hotel. This is the cockroach. She should just embrace the fact that she's a crummy cockroach live-in piece of shit. You know what I mean? Embrace it. Embrace the fact that a cockroach crawled across you. As soon as it reached your armpits, it dropped dead. Embrace it. Embrace the fact that you came on screen wearing the same shirt 3 days in a row. Embrace it. Yeah, we don't live her delusional life, and we don't have to. I told you this for years. Brittany gaslights you out of reality. I said I'd rather bang my head against the wall. She really convinces you. And the worst part is she lies to her own children, too. That's really what's deplorable. Right, you didn't see what you saw. You didn't hear what you heard. It's infuriating. Carolina says, I even have this spray to spray around edges of house and window entrances. Yes, me too. You can check in, but you can't check out. No, because like Craig said, you end up dead. I bet you it does too, Midnight. She's certainly the queen of gaslighting and deflection. You're right, Bruinhal. Do not use Raid when you have children in the home. No, I doubt it, Nick Hummer. You can tell she did not expect that. She didn't expect it to happen while she was on camera, but she certainly experienced it before. I reacted harder to seeing it than she did to it crawling on her. We all did. Inix says, I don't understand why someone would offer to pay for this sloth. It's these enablers that annoy the fuck out of me. Learn your lesson, for fuck's sake. I get it, Inix. I think we have to remember that, like I said when Nana was up here, while Nana supported Brittany used her children a lot to kind of con these people and manipulate them out of money, use their kind hearts for the children against them. And I think it takes a lot to outgrow it, which is why Nana even said, I offered it for the kids, not for her. Because that's what she places on her subscribers' burdens, you know. Dreama says, new game night at BJ's. Bug hunt. Grab your shit buckets, boys. 1, 2, 3. I'm fucking done with you. Now grab your shit buckets. Oh my God. You know what? I was just saying the other day they made this this lightning bug game. That sounds like a fun free way. You can clean up the home and play a game together. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. I don't know though. Like I said, that cockroach owns the house at this point. He might start boxing them. Might start. You're not the only thing getting thrown out the window. Oh my gosh. Instead of hunting Easter eggs, you're hunting roach eggs. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. I guarantee if they start singing La Cucaracha, them cockroaches are busting out those little shaky things and they're dancing. Those motherfuckers have seen a lifetime. Them roaches were here before roaches were here. No, I did not know it's a song about marijuana. That's crazy. Casmi said, to the window, to the wall, to the roach falls and crawls. You're all going to hell, not me. Oh my golly. All right, guys, it's family game night. Grab your poop bucket. Oh, poor kid would be the winner. He'll have the most roaches, and Brittany would be like, they're not roaches, they're June bugs. Reality would be like, you don't know what you're seeing, little child. God, stop it. This is not nice. Jokes aside, I hope she does. I hope she does. I know, I always get goofy at this route. Note to self, you should know I should just end it by now. Jokes aside, though, I do hope she starts playing family game nights, not bug hunt. There is a board game called Bugs in a Bed or whatever, and the bed vibrates. You got to pick up the little bugs, you know, whatever. Or Ants in My Pants. Let's keep it to board game bugs, not real life bugs. But I do hope she does that. And I do hope she takes her kids to the movies. And I do hope that she starts paying more attention and more time with them. I do hope that. Hey, Spill Tea. I think it's a crucial part of our children's development to spend one-on-one time or family time or bonding time. A lot of these games are meant to be fun, but also teach a lesson. Don't Wake Daddy used to be one of my favorites. We always play Uno. Even Memory. We love playing Memory. There's so many games you can play, and They don't cost a lot of money. Candyland, Trouble, Sorry. I hope she does do that. Right. Stop prioritizing YouTube drama. You're going to blink. She's going to blink, and those boys are going to be at the age where they don't want to do anything at all with her. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of resentments held. She's silly. She's silly to waste the most crucial years of their lives more wrapped up in YouTube drama than anything else. It honestly breaks my heart. And I've been telling her this for years. From the night that I was on the panel and I heard the kids screaming in the background, I've been telling her for years. You're going to blink and they're going to be grown. This is so stupid to waste your time on. It's so stupid to waste your energy on. Yet it's priority for her. And it's not priority for her because of money, right? Because she tells you all she's not making money. And we know she's not making much if she got a public defender. So it's not because of that. It's priority to her because of her ego. Because in my opinion, she displays narcissistic traits and her ego comes first. And she will sell out or push aside anybody and everybody to get that ego fix. That's why she cams up. So her audience says, oh, Brittany, you're so cute. Newsflash, you're not. That's why she comes on here. That's why she said to Boston, well, instead of calling me out for telling them too much, why don't you call them out for saying it? It's sad. Ego's not going to get these years back. There are family games on Switch, but you know what, Cheesy? If that's all they can get, then I pray she does that. But I sincerely hope she goes the old-fashioned route. No electronics, old-fashioned board games. Where they have to interact and they have to pay attention. They have to, work together or whatever it may be. I hope they get that time with her. With them. Yeah, Reality. I'm the narcissist, you idiot. I'm the narcissist. You ever notice that Reality and Brittany literally mimic the things we say about them? It's amazing to me. I've never, oh my God, I'm not doing a stare off with you today, squirrel. Get away. I'm here. Do you see me? Move. Run. Be scared of me because I'm scared of you. Get away. Fuck, man. These squirrels will just stare you in your fucking face down here. Big old rats with tails. Yes, you can play Hungry Hippo. Be reminiscent. Probably not, because I doubt they sit at a kitchen table, but, One of my son's other favorites were Pop the Pig. That's a great one. Relatable. Operation. Amen. I'm glad you have memories. I'm glad some of you understood the importance. They do parrot everything. It's pathetic. But I think I spent enough of my morning on this. I got it, Scotty. I don't necessarily listen to them because I'll get angry. That's why I wasn't in Clues last night or anything, because I'm not going to have my evening ruined by being infuriated by this dumb, manipulative, lying piece of shit. Okay? But I make sure I have copies of it. I make sure I know the details of what was said. And most importantly, I make sure my lawyer knows. I really appreciate you all spending today with me on a Saturday. That was different. I'm now going to get ready to go to the movies and spend some time with my family. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you find something productive to do or something you enjoy. Coloring, painting, planting, anything like that. Do something today that makes you happy. If you haven't, please consider hitting the thumbs up on your way out. And I will update you all later with how the movie was. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Be safe out there. Bye, friends.